Hello! I actually misclicked. I didn't mean to stop the music that soon, but whatever, good enough. Hi there. Sorry I had to stop and restart. I had a little technical issue with some of the audio shit that I had to fix up. Wrong shit coming in the wrong channels, coming out the wrong pipes, going into the wrong toilets. It is what it is. But all fixed, I hope, unless some major oversight occurred. Should be good now. Tonight is Grab That Auto with Hunter, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Okay, hello. I know I'm back earlier than I said I was gonna be, but I got bored.
It's all right. Well, I won a car while you were gone.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a shitty car though.
Yeah, it's that ugly one that was on the thing, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's crazy though that you've won 2 and I haven't won 1.
I don't know. I just
like I know how that
like
sounds,
it.
but no, I mean I'm
The
actually.
one time, this is the one thing I get lucky on.
Hey, I mean there are worse things to get lucky on. Or wait, no, that's not what I meant. There are worse things to be. Never mind.
No, go with that first one.
Hey, you know what? You're right. I should be more confident in myself.
You're goddamn right.
Actually, I went to class today and I learned a very interesting little thing. I haven't been crazy about. So this is an ancient philosophy class. So I'm kind of generally more interested in terms of old philosophical texts. I'm more interested in like classical Chinese philosophy, like Confucius and shit. But I did learn an interesting theory that Socrates had based around trying to prove the existence of the soul right before he died.
Which was?
Oh no, I just wanted to bring it up. I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll tell you if you do care. I'm going to see if I can explain it as an idiot. So, oh Jesus. How far back am I going to have to go? So, basically, it operates under the assumption that for something to have a quality, such as, we'll say, red. For something to have that quality, it must share in the... It must share in the redness of something. So red is like the ultimate unchanging. If something is... Or no, this concept is always the maximum amount of red. Does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, I better quit now because it gets deeper.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on the right level for that.
It's fine. It's fine. I can try again.
Well, no, do keep in mind, my back's messed up, so I took some muscle relaxers.
What happened to your back?
Not that that means that I'm like hot. I'm just like, I'm tired.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It's easier when you have a doctor of philosophy teaching you this shit, as opposed to a numbnuts with an associate's degree in psychology.
Valid. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright. I know the game's not showing, but it's because for some reason it refuses to launch in full screen. So yeah, I ended up spending like $1.13 million on a new car.
Yeah.
Just because. And so now I don't have, like, any money anymore. Hello! Hello, Jet and Fongli. Welcome, welcome.
I've just got a cool milli right now. It's going down rapidly as I'm decking out this car.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm not gonna say I regret buying the other Fudo, because it's a different kind of Fudo than I already had. I didn't buy a third one just because it was funny. Although I would. But it's much more of a drift car than a sports car.
Oh, nice.
As opposed to the other Fudos. So I did slam it, just because That part I did do because it was funny. Let me know when you're ready for the invite.
Ready. I'll join here in a second.
Well, I just figured I didn't want to interrupt you decking out your car.
It don't matter.
But also, I don't know if it's because the camera's zoomed out or what, but it feels much smaller. Alright, well, let me shoot you an invite. I've already picked out some missions for us to do, and they pay pretty well. It's like 50 grand a piece.
Nice.
Whoa, what the hell? Did I hit that tree? Why did my fucking back window pop out?
Fucking JFK over here.
Where's the stash house? Is that reset yet? I don't think it has. Alright, well in that case, I'm just gonna head back over to Simeon's because I think there was another car that I wanted. Have you been to Simeon's lately?
Nah.
Yeah, I always spend too much money when I go over there. One sec. Yeah, the ass end of this thing much more wants to get away from you.
It's like my ass end.
You want to get away from me?
No, it wants to get away from me to get closer to you.
Ah. Well, it's not as fun if it's not attached to the rest of you.
Fair.
Fuck it, I guess I'm gonna run this mission. Recovery the truck.
The plane.
Did you ever do the missions with us where you steal beer for the biker club? And did you ever get to see the haunted van?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, and I don't know if they fixed it because I haven't run that mission in a while because, like, the profit you get from the bike club isn't really that much anyway. It's much better to waste my time on the weapons bunker in the nightclub. But I don't know what it was. It was just like magnetized to the atmosphere. So fucked.
Will M be joining us?
I think he is at work.
Oh, god damn it.
Would you have something particular you wanted to spur on with him about?
No. Although I can explain to you how turbine engines work now.
Oh no! All right, bring it on. I haven't felt stupid enough today.
So turbine engines work off of propulsion. They provide thrust through propulsion. So there's 4 different types of propulsion engines. You got a ramjet, you got a pulse jet, you have a turbojet, and a rocket.
These all sound like sex toy settings.
They are that as well.
What's more complicated, car engines or ancient philosophy? Oh no, this is aeroplane engines. Right? Unless I'm stupid.
They said engine philosophy or what?
Or car engines.
Oh yeah, no. This is planes. There is a car, an Augusta, that apparently has a turbo shaft engine, which is a type of turbine engine. It uses that to go. It has a normal engine and a turbine and a turbo shaft.
Didn't Jay Leno have a car like that?
Probably. It's Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Pretty dumb. So.
What the fuck is that exhaust? Funny.
What you see on planes.
And not the worst one that I could get. Sorry, I was responding to M.
No, you're good. I literally. You can say whatever you want. I don't think your stream wants me to explain turbines for the next 30 minutes.
Hey, I don't give a fuck what they want. I want to hear it.
Valid.
I'm the boss. They go with what I say.
Yeah, that's a healthy relationship. So for turbojets, you have you have a turbojet, and well, actually, so I mistakenly said a turbojet is not one of the propulsion engines. It's a subdivision of them, but so it's rockets, ramjets, Polish jets, and gas turbine engines. So gas turbine engines, you have a turbojet and a turbofan.
Okay.
Fighter jets use turbojets. So it's basically just the engine, nothing else. Turbofans, it's that same engine, but there is a duct on the outside surrounding that engine where there's what's
Ducts
called
on the
bypass
outside.
air.
Got it.
It's called bypass air, and on those engines, that's actually where most of the thrust comes from. So they're very efficient, which is the downside to turbojets, because they're very inefficient.
Okay.
Because only, let's see, I think it's
You got that right,
only,
boys.
I think it's that the fan, I'm trying to remember the percentage of thrust that comes from the fan, or the bypass air. I want to say it's like 75 to 85%. I could be wrong on that. It's most of the thrust comes from that fan, which is funny when you consider the fact that it's just being driven by boom booms in the engine. It's not even really.
Right. So how fast do those things have to spin?
Mock Jesus. It depends.
Good God.
So, typically,
Audio up a
like,
little bit more.
I don't know an actual number, but I think like 8,000 RPM, which isn't that much, but when you
It's
consider
more
the
than
fact that
It's
this is
faster
like
than I can spin.
true, you want to find out? When you consider the fact that this is like probably like I don't even know how many thousands of pounds spinning. That's when it's like, oh Christ.
Yeah.
That's
They
probably
don't
at
make
least
those
1,000
things out of
pounds
plastic, that's for
spinning
sure.
metal. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned the melting of plastic, because
Oh no.
turbine engines, they can basically be infinitely, that's the word I'm looking for, infinitely, you can raise the power and increase the power as much as you want, as long as this one section of the turbine engine can withstand the heat. And so that's the main restricting factor.
Okay.
So I'll skip all the mumbo jumbo. Basically, you have a hot and cold section. That's
Let me
the
put it this
entire
way.
engine's
We are
moving
in school for
parts.
two wildly different things, and I think I understand my shit probably worse than you understand my shit.
Oh, don't worry. I probably understand my shit less than you understand my shit. Not true. That's actually not true at all.
I don't think I would have an easier time repairing planes.
So, obviously, you know. Well, actually, I'm going to assume you don't. Turbine engine. You know, it's a spinny thing. It spins.
Yes.
So on big like airliners, that big fan that you see on the front, that's just called the fan.
Okay.
And that's what blows the air into. There's two sections. It's basically, think of two circles, one inside of the other. The inner circle is your core, and it's the that's where air gets sent to your compressor, which is a section of your engine. And then all the air around that doesn't go in there, that's your bypass air.
Okay. I think I follow. Don't quiz me on any of this because it's not gonna stick. But I am interested. Okay.
Basically, the compressor is a bunch of discs with blades on them, all in a row.
Also, hello, Silas. I don't want you to think I missed you earlier. I saw you.
All on the same shaft. And their job is to suck in the air and trying to explain this while we have a muscle relaxer brain is tough.
Well, you can if you feel like giving up at any point, you're allowed to. Don't worry.
No, I enjoy talking about it, except if I can teach it, it means I understand it.
Yeah, likewise.
So basically, I mean, okay, here's, you know what a box fan looks like. So the actual spinny part of the box fan, imagine a bunch of those on a shaft, all in line with each other. Yeah. And add more blades.
Now, are they all going the same way, or are they going different ways?
They're all going the same way.
Okay.
Because all they're there to do is just move air through the engine and condense it. Compress it even.
Okay.
So inside, what's going on in there is at the front of the compressor, because that's, well, I should back up for a second. So hot and cold section. This is part of the cold section. There's three things that make up a turbine engine. You have the compressor, the combustor, and the turbine section. Which you know is confusing. Why is there a turbine section when the whole thing's a turbine engine? Well, I don't have a good answer for you. It's just the way it is. So,
upgrade your wardrobe and finally become the person
with the type of compressor that I'm explaining, you can put as many, you can make that compressor section as long as you want, just within your physical restraints or constraints. If you have an infinitely long plane, you can have an infinitely long compressor and get an absurd compression ratio. Which is which is different from another type of compressor, which you can only do two stages of compression.
Okay.
But we won't get into that one because that one's not really useful to know. Well, it is in my case, but for you, no. And don't worry, I don't expect you to even know any of this after I stop talking. But so.
Well, but what I've learned is like reciting it and teaching somebody else. It helps me remember.
Yeah. So that compressor, typically on the type I'm explaining, is called an axial flow compressor. It's called that because the air flows along the rotational axis of the entire engine, as opposed to another type where it does like a bunch of zigzags. The reason why you do the zigzag one is for space saving, but it's not very good at what you need it to do to fly.
Yeah, it's like a trade-off thing. Yeah, no, this is Hunter. This isn't Beans,
so,
this is Hunter. Although, thank you for asking.
Typically, an axial flow compressor can have anywhere from 10 to 18 stages of compression. And a stage is made up of one of those discs with blades on it. Like, imagine one box fan without the box.
Right.
And then behind it, a thing called a stator. A stator is basically a set of blades that doesn't move. You can think of it as the stator stays, hence stator.
Stator.
And then the rotor rotates, hence rotor. Oh, that's a sweet photo.
You gonna drive it?
I do. You wanna drive mine?
Is that the car you won?
Yeah.
I saw it in there, yeah.
It's actually pretty fun to drive, I can't lie.
Ooh. A four-door sport car.
I'm gonna drift first. I'm not gonna be able to explain this and drift.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna quick head to, oh my god. I'm gonna quick head to my nightclub and pick up my monies. And then, we can start doing these missions.
Heard. You want to go ahead and invite me to a...
oh, you're right.
Your
I forgot
business.
I had to do that, yeah.
I feel like it's slow.
It is, yeah. It's not as sporty as the other Fudo, but... Ooh, it's a drifter.
Oh yeah, that car definitely is a drifter.
Oh, this one? Oh, sick.
Well, I mean, it definitely feels like it wants to break loose a lot. So...
Oh my god, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Whoa!
Yeah, once it gets
Didn't
up in
crash,
speed, it's squirrely. But it's a pretty... I honestly kind of enjoy the car.
It's zippy for sure.
So, where was I? So yeah, the stator is there because what you want in the compressor of a turbine engine is you're basically prepping all this air to go into the combustor, which, hence the name, combusts the air.
Just like me. Combustion makes me feel good. Motherfucker! I wouldn't have crashed if that ass hadn't pulled out in front of me. I'm sorry. The car's a little bunged
I really
up.
want that to be I want that to be a part of busting. Motherfucker, just a little ad lib. So, words.
Combust.
So you're trying to, because obviously an aircraft moves through the air. You create a pressure. Well, not only do you go up higher in altitude, so you lose atmospheric pressure. It gets less and less the higher you go.
Right.
But you're also moving at a certain speed, which I believe, unless I'm misunderstanding it, those two things cause a less than atmospheric pressure condition in the inlet, which the inlet of an engine is just the big hole you see. Like if you look at the front of an engine, that's the inlet.
Makes sense.
So when you're flying, the pressure is less there, and you want it to be at least atmospheric, if not higher. Atmospheric being the pressure of the atmosphere at a given a specific temperature at sea level.
Because I imagine if theoretically you go so far up, then eventually it would be like choked for air, right?
Yeah, because not only is there less oxygen, but which this might be redundant. Not only is there less oxygen, but there's less pressure, which is important in a That's why if you're flying up higher in like a plane that uses like a car or a similar thing to a car engine, you have to use turbochargers because they'll suck more, or they'll press more air into the same volume, which allows it to fly higher. That's your main complication, is not getting enough air into
there are other uglier exhausts for that vehicle, by the way.
The same thing applies for turbines, but they're able to compress more because, I mean, well, I'm not going to go into compression ratios because they're not really going to make any sense. So, hey, how you doing?
Let me give you the waypoint real quick. No, you can hop back in.
Oh, I forgot to accept your thing. I just accepted it.
Q. I guess I don't have to because I'm just going to be able to invite you to the mission, but that's where you're headed. Whoa!
Oh.
You got it? Did you clear it?
I thought put it back. I thought I thought that was a waypoint I put, so I fucking got rid of it.
I'll see you there.
Or B square. Basically, you can get really high compression ratios with turbines. And so, what those stators do, because one stage comprises of one rotor, which is like that fan blade I was talking about,
Right.
or you know, the box fan without the box,
Right.
and then directly behind it is a stator. And the stator is also, imagine the same thing as the rotor, but make it stationary. It doesn't move.
Okay. No, this is
And
Hunter's
its
car. He
job
wanted
is
at the
to
casino.
slow the velocity of the air and raise the pressure. And it does that by the fact that this is a little physics for you.
Oh,
So
no.
thanks to this dude named Bernoulli, we have
Em
this.
likes your car, by the way.
Oh,
This one that I'm
thanks,
driving.
Em.
He's a fan.
So, thanks to Bernoulli, we have this thing called the Venturi effect. We also just have Bernoulli's principle. Bernoulli's principle is literally how we take flight. It's basically with the shape of an airfoil, the air moves faster on top and slower on the bottom, and because of that, the pressure is less on top, more on the bottom. So naturally, it's gonna go up, or go to the direction that there's less pressure.
Right.
And so that's once you understand that, well, congratulations, you now understand flight. And you can think of it as the atoms are farther spaced, or molecules are farther spaced apart because they're having to move faster, which creates the less pressure. Anyways, that same concept is used for the blades on the compressor, the spinny, the rotors.
The spinny.
So it uses that to move the air, and then it also uses the Venturi effect, which it basically states that as a fluid or a volume, or as something, usually fluid, I believe it's a fluid dynamics thing, as it moves faster, the pressure lessens, and vice versa. If when going, so like if you have, imagine like a funnel. So as the air is piling up in that funnel, the air moving through the tiny part of the funnel, it's moving faster and has less pressure, and it's quite literally because of that same effect I told you. It's moving faster, so the molecules are spaced farther apart, and creating less pressure. So then, inherently, if you do the opposite of that, if you take a narrow thing and make it wider, you're gonna increase pressure and slow velocity. You don't. It is kind of crucial to understanding how a turbine engine works, but I don't think in this context it's really all that necessary for you to understand.
I think it's because the assumption that I would make is that the smaller the area, the higher the pressure would be.
Right. But because oh, there they are. Because it's moving faster. And so think of it like this. So take that same funnel shape. The air is going into the small bit of the funnel. So the air is piling up in the widest part right before the entry to the tiny hole.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of funny. I'm making a lot of what could be sex jokes, but I'm not. The air is basically piling up there, causing a pressure, which is forcing the air into that tiny portion as fast as possible, increasing the velocity, which is then going to, because the velocity increases, the pressure is going to drop. And because the air is slowing before the tiny hole, because the velocity is slowing, the pressure is going to rise. So I know it's almost. Oh, I did not go the right way.
That's all right.
I think we can see the drone from here. Oh, sorry.
That's why I'm the boss. Oh, hey,
Yep,
there's a
I
hill
see
here.
the-
You can just run down.
Holy shit!
I'm shooting it. Why isn't it?
Because we have to hack it, not kill it.
Oh, I was shooting like hell at it. Like, I'll meet you down there.
If you want to pull the car around.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I figured.
Apparently, turnarounds don't exist on this bridge. But yeah, I know it kind of seems the opposite, but then the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. Which that was kind of an epiphany I just had was, oh, well, that's how the air is speeding up going into the tiny hole, is because it's the pressure from it being backed up is pushing it through. Hey, why did I get rid of my fucking waypoint? I need that. It's pushing it faster through the tiny hole, and because it's moving faster, pressure drops, and then you know, on that exit, it's gonna slow down because it's no longer being forced through a tiny hole. It's got a big area.
Yeah. That does make some sense.
Yeah. So that concept is critical to the function of a turbine engine, because that's what those stators do. Their shape. So what they do is they direct the air in the proper direction to spin the compressors. Well, not even actually. They're not spinning the compressors. The compressors are spun by something else that I haven't even gotten to.
How much fucking guess and check do you reckon this took before they figured out like how much air needed to be passed through, but also
dude,
to
it's
ensure
insane.
that,
I think about
like,
this constantly. I think about this constantly the whole time.
They didn't chunk enough metal in there to make it so that it wouldn't lift off.
Like, the amount of brains that had to go into this.
Wait, what?
What?
I want that blue car. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I want it. It may not be the one I'm thinking of.
Which blue car? Oh.
That one.
That's kind of cool.
It's not the one I was
Looks like
thinking of, but I'm
looks
at
like a
least what I can do
Volkswagen.
to it. Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
No, you're good. I need to make this more concise because at this rate, I'll be explaining this for the next hour. So that makes up a stage, a rotor and a stator. You can stack those infinitely as long as you have infinite space, and you can get higher and higher compression ratio, which is important because the more air you can stuff in, the more fuel you can burn, the more power you get. That part is the same as like cars.
Whoa! Sorry.
Very good. So then, let's see. What's also important to know is like basically all this is what a turbojet is, and the only thing that's different about a turbofan is that because a turbofan is the exact same thing, exact same engine concept and everything, just with basically it's just a larger circle encasing that engine with a big fan at the front that gets driven by that engine, and that's where most of your thrust comes from. That big fan is like it's the one you see that spins, and so that's why. Because if you were to take that fan off, you would see a tiny circle inside a big circle, pretty much. So I feel like I'm missing something about the compressors. Of course, this is all metal, and
Speaking
this is
of
all
metal,
spinning very fast.
oh,
That was sick. See what else
jump.
is there.
Take jump.
So these compressors, so the part of the turbine engine that makes power, that actually spins and makes everything spin, is the turbine.
Looks like the drones are being run
and it does that by the exhaust from the gas that has been combusted, the combustor, is forced through a tunnel, basically where those turbines are, and so they spin, and then they are connected on a shaft to the compressor, and the compressor spins. So basically, the front half of the engine is sucking in air, and it's not powering anything. The only thing it's really energizing is the air through the engine, while the back half of the engine is air powering a turbine. Oh, sweet. The whole goal of the compressor is just make that air really dense and slow it down, because the speed of the air going through the compressor can be as fast as 500 feet per second.
God.
Yeah. And so that would
Imagine
blow
getting-
out the flame. What?
Sorry, hang on. My headphones are... I think I need a new headset. They're cutting out.
Whack. Pee pee poo 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 pee pee poo poo.
I may have to try turning them off and turning them back on again. I think they're good now. What were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh yeah, you're just trying to slow down that air and pressurize the fuck out of it. And inherently, by slowing it down, you are pressurizing it.
Yeah, two stones, one bird. Easy peasy.
But of course, we're trying to take it above normal pressure here. We're not just trying to make it still. We're trying to make it move through the air to the combustor, while also being pressurized.
Yeah.
So back to the funnel, which this is important. You have a convergent duct, which is basically take two walls and have them angled towards each other, so that on one end it's narrow, on the other end is wide. That is a convergent duct, because they converge. And this is relative to the flow, so it'd flow from wide end to narrow end, and that's convergent. If you reverse that, it'd be a divergent duct.
Okay.
And so a divergent duct will increase pressure, slow down air. Convergent will do the opposite.
Gotcha.
I don't know why I'm getting so detailed. This isn't all that necessary. Anyways, so you have those stages. That's the compressor. It then goes to the combustor. It gets slowed down by all those stators, and then
Must be a computer of some kind to control the drones. Can you get me access
it gets
to
one final stage of being slowed down and pressurized by this thing called the diffuser.
Perfect.
It's not that pertinent.
Okay, let's see what we're dealing with.
I mean, it is very important to the engine, but like as far as explaining it, I ain't gotta do all that. Oh, there's gas.
Oh, these planes are... Oh, no. Get out. It's a trap. Repeat. Exit the building immediately. Agent, you copy?
Let me reset my headset, because it's... I don't like how much it's cutting in and out.
Are you sure it's cutting in and out? Or is it just me being choppy?
Agent. Report in. Can you hear me? The motel room was
Okay,
a trap.
I return.
Pull this
Gee,
trigger
pee pee poo poo.
Yeah, they flew
Hello.
into an unmarked IAA vehicle. Blow it up.
So then there's the combustor.
Our field ops went bad.
What's interesting about that
Whoever's in the
is,
back,
in like, I know you don't enjoy engines as much as me and him, but at the very least, defuse the bomb in the back of the van. Oh God.
I didn't mean to do that.
Try to aim the beam in the middle of the mirror and nearly keep that as accurate. Okay.
and that would be too goddamn simple, right? Just give me a minute.
Hold on, I gotta focus on this.
No worries. is it always that people are worse drivers when firearms are involved?
Yeah.
That bitch just called me welfare trash. Do you know how many vehicles I own?
Oh god.
And
Alright, I defused the bomb. Oh, nope, not yet, I haven't.
I was gonna say, that beeping definitely sounded like it was about to go off. Motherfucker! I'm about to die.
Let's do this. Don't die, you're too sexy. Alright, it might be diffused now.
Yay!
I'd like to know why I'm in first person, Jesus.
Second rule of fieldwork: never discard evidence, especially if it can incriminate the FIB. Bring me that van back in one piece.
You put on some armor.
God damn, this weather is something else. You may be in a tin can wired with heavy explosives, but it cannot be as hot as this office. And my desk fan just... It's not even daytime, for Christ's sakes. Anyway, now you see what we're up against. Ever since we embarrassed them in the Hayes debacle, the FIB have been out to humiliate us at every turn. This is typical of the kind of show they run. But like I say, if they're making moves like this...
Oh yeah, I'm still high, too. That's right.
Let's keep rapping.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn guns to sort through.
Yeah, don't I know it. That reminds me, I'm gonna have to find the gun van and see if, lose the... Alright, Lester, do your magic.
Oh, they won't let you buy them.
You haven't really left the academy until the Bureau makes a serious attempt on your life.
Come on, Lester. Pick the fuck
But
up.
isn't my creepy silent friend?
Unavailable. Glory.
Call me back when you figured out how that brain of yours works.
How that brain of yours works. I can tell you how it works. It says, kill Lester.
So, the combustor, right?
Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you. I mean, I'm not really going to get into the different types of combustion chambers in a turbo engine. Just know the air go through it, the fuel gets sprayed, and there's a constant flame. So, because it's constantly being combusted, rather than having a cycle like an engine where
Yeah.
it blows up, pushes a rod down, takes the exhaust out, sucks more fuel back in, and then compresses it again and whatnot.
Yeah.
It don't do that. I mean, it does that, but it's all one continuous cycle. And then, so that hot combusted air, the exhaust even, gets ducted towards the turbine blades, which are the exact same as the compressor blades. Same concepts and everything, except the stages are reversed. So now you got a stator first and a rotor second. And that is because these stators do the opposite of the ones up front and make it faster and less pressurized, to then be able to spin the turbine blades, because you want the air to be fast, because you want turbine blades to be or turbine rotors to be fast. And then after it goes through those turbine blades or turbine rotors, it leaves the whole engine, and that's that.
And
That
you're
last part was
soaring
really
through the air.
simplified. I mean, that last part was really simplified because I realized I was fucking going on for a long ass time. But yeah, so those blades, those turbine rotors are getting hit with really hot air. I mean, we're talking like 2,000 degrees.
Christ alive.
But they're protected by cooling air, and they're also made out of really heat-resistant material.
Right. Well, because isn't it the more compressed it is, the hotter it is, because there's more molecules rubbing up together? There's more friction.
That, and also, I mean, to my understanding, it gets that hot and burning because not only because of the kind of fuel that's being burnt, but because of how much oxygen is in that compressed air. But you are also correct. Compressed gases are going to get hotter because the molecules, they're rubbing up against each other. They're more excited, and they start rubbing, and they get hot and bothered. I mean, there's been an error returning to joining a session.
That's all right,
bullshit.
back.
Yeah. But yeah, so those turbine rotors, I'm specifying turbine rotors because that's the section that it's in. They are where all the power comes from. Unlike the turbofan, they're spinning that big fan, and they're also spinning the compressors. And like I said, that big fan gives you like 85% of your thrust. You sent me another invite. For some reason, it just sent me to single player.
Sure.
Oh, nope. Yep, there we go. I'm trying to remember. Those blades aren't even, or those rotors, if I recall. I don't even think.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
I think it's just the exhausted gas that's giving you so much thrust. Those turbine rotors are just there so that the engine will continue running. So that, something's got to power those compressors to spin. And so that's what they're there for. Of course, I'm sure. Yeah, because they're not going to spin faster than the air that's passing through them. They're just there to recover that energy to use it to run the engine. What else is there? That's pretty much it. What's strange is, for whatever reason, so that air can be supersonic coming out.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it always is, but for whatever reason, whenever you get into supersonic air, my teacher didn't quite explain this. We asked him, but he goes, oh, well, because it's supersonic air. I'm like, yeah, we picked that up. But why does supersonic air do that? So that whole thing I was telling you about, if it's a converging duct, it's going to speed up and lose pressure. If it's divergent, it's going to slow down and gain pressure. Well, it's the opposite when you're in the exhaust portion of the turbine engine, because that air is supersonic. So I think it has something to do with whenever it becomes supersonic, it's the way that effect works changes. That's the only thing I can think of, because I did not. The dude tried to explain it and it did not work.
Didn't stick.
Well, no, it's not even that he tried to explain. He just didn't explain it. He basically just said, "Oh, well, it's like that because of the way that it is." Which
my
he kind of
headphones
does
cut out
a lot.
again, but I assumed that the joke was it is that way because of the way it is.
Yes. Which he does a lot, kind of, and I think it's just because a lot of the things he doesn't really care. He's like, "I'm not an engineer. I don't need to know that. I just need to know that it does that." But like, to me, it's easier to remember if I know how it works.
That's true.
Yeah, one of the coolest physics things to learn is Bernoulli's principle, or the Venturi effect, which Venturi is a I think it is an effect based off of the theory of Bernoulli's principle. Because what's cool about Venturi, and the way I understood it first, is if you have, say you have a tube, put a hole in that tube, a small hole on the side of that tube. If you blow air through that tube at a fast enough rate, it causes a drop in pressure inside that tube, because like we said, fast moving air fast moving air makes a rise or a fall in pressure, because those molecules aren't as close to each other. So outside that tube is high pressure, so it wants to go in that hole in the side that I just talked about, so it creates a vacuum, which is pretty cool. Because that,
oh my god,
what?
I can't decide if this vehicle that I'm in is better as like a... You can do some fucked up shit to it. Let me just say.
Oh, sweet.
I spent about 100,000 on this thing, by the way.
That's kind of, I don't know, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, well, you know.
But yeah, Venturi is a really cool thing, just because it's used in so much shit. Like, oh well, here's actually something cool. The way, well, actually, I mean, you understand how a fucking fan works, so I don't need to explain that.
Generally.
Oh well, but no, I mean, your fan, when it's propelling air towards you, it is using Bernoulli's principle. It's not creating enough thrust from that to move the fan or anything. It's just moving the air around it. It's a stationary wing that's just there displacing air. And that's quite literally pretty much it's a propeller. And a turbine engine is just a bunch of tiny propellers used to compress air and then blow up the air. And then drive itself with other fans to turn the other fans. I mean, it's actually quite simplistic. I know it doesn't sound like it, 'cause I've probably overcomplicated the fuck out of it.
It's actually
but do
quite
keep in
simple.
mind, a lot of the... I was telling him this earlier. The actual working of a turbine engine is really simple, but there's a few principles that you have to really know and understand for it to be simple. And I know it's like you could argue that,
That's
it's
fair.
not simple then, but these principles are just good to know, because what I've noticed in at least modern technology,
Dude, my
there's,
headset,
like...
every time you open your fucking mouth, it cuts out. I don't know why the fuck it's doing that. It's so irritating.
What kind of headphones?
An old Bluetooth. It's because it's Bluetooth, and I think they're on their way out.
Yeah.
Razer Bluetooth headset.
Razer. I just noticed the license plate on this car says 69 legs, 23.
That's a lot of legs.
But
Said I
I've
can't
noticed...
change the color of the star.
I've noticed with like modern technology, that same like 15 principles or devices are used in every invention ever. Like,
That's really funny.
yeah, no, I mean, because it's like, and it makes me wonder. I'm like, well, I mean, because like everything operates off these things. Like, I'm trying to think of an example, but I mean, once you learn them, you start to see it everywhere, and then like, that's why if you only learn certain things, you can just kind of piece together how other things work, because everything kind of works off the same principles. Not all of them all the time, but certain ones sometimes. It's
Oh my Jesus.
quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm keeping up, kind of.
Oh, here's a good example of Venturi. Take a straw, blow air through it. Well, first, poke a hole in the side of that straw, and blow air through it, or through the one of the normal ends of the straw. You're going to be actually sucking in air from the side of that straw into that stream of air you're blowing through the other end of the straw. And that is because Venturi. And it's like I explained earlier, the fast-moving air makes a drop in pressure, which, if you have a high-pressure area and a low-pressure area, high pressure wants to move to low pressure. It's the same with water, you know? Like, if you have a full glass connected to an empty glass, they want to equalize. And so the glass that's fuller with more pressure is going to go to the glass that's emptier with less pressure.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of funny that just, like, pretty much everything searches for equilibrium.
Yep. I don't know which way vacuums work. I imagine it's like a pump. You know, like a vacuum pump. Yeah, I mean, where you just have veins. But those veins, I mean, that same idea is kind of used on turbines as well. It's, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, everything is connected, and then, like...
Yeah, I tried to make it look like a long drive mobile to some effect.
Long drive mobile.
Just wait until you see it.
I'm gonna go try and find a truck with a boat.
Yeah, I gotta stop buying vehicles. I'm trying to unlock heists here.
I fucked up my shoulder. I don't know what I did to it, but it hurts like a bitch to lift.
Let me tell you, I don't want to say I understand that pain better than most, but I would like to think that I do, because my shoulders are so far removed, like the tips of my shoulders are so far removed from my actual neck, because my shoulders are so wide, that my pillow is actually, I have to sleep a certain way so that I don't wake up with shoulder pain, because my pillow is not enough to keep it raised, because I sleep with my arm up under my pillow. My pillow is not enough to keep my head raised up. Does that make sense? So it's either shoulder pain or neck pain if I don't sleep in a certain way.
A pillow waifu would never do that to you. a cheap pillow waifu.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not so much about the waifu. It's more about the pillow. The waifu is removed from that situation. Divorced, you could say.
But yeah, no, I don't know why my shoulder's fucked up. I messed up my back, not like a bad or anything, but my classmate, we went to go get an engine hoist from Harbor Freight, which is kind of a scary sentence when I say that out loud. We went and got him a hoist from there.
Clapped out Soviet shitbox. Yep.
Went to go help him put that in his car. Well, it turned out I got the heavy end. Didn't know that he was even going to be that heavy. I mean, I knew it was going to be heavy, but I did not expect it to be as heavy as it was.
Right.
And so I didn't properly, situate my bag. And so I started to lift on it, and it was like, I very quickly realized it was far too heavy to be lifting the way I was doing it. So I straightened my back out, but it was too late to where I already kind of heard it. But not as bad as the last time I heard it.
When Alexander bought, when his dad bought, I should say, that belt sander. I don't know if I told you the story. It's really simple. When my uncle died, he had a huge workshop full of really fucking cool tools and shit, because he was a carpenter. And so Alex's family bought this hulking belt sander. And we were trying to get it in the minivan. So the way he lived, kind of like, he lived in a fucked up place, and it had just rained, so there was mud everywhere. So we had to back my truck down to his shop, pick up the belt sander. The guy had a fucking not a bulldozer. Look at this. Look at this thing.
That's awesome. Did you find this just on the road, or did you buy this?
No, you buy this. It's 100,000 at Simeon's right now. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go get
asshole.
it. I like it.
She keeps a garage across town.
Anyway, it was heavy as fuck, and it took us like an hour, maybe not that much, but a little less than an hour to actually get it in the minivan because it was so goddamn heavy. We had to take it like apart. Oh, it was a nightmare. So suffice to say, I kind of understand.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know. My shoulder didn't hurt when I did that, and I wonder if that's what I heard it from, or if I slept wrong on it, because it feels like a pinched nerve almost. Like if I lift it above, like really anything besides just by my side, it starts to. It's not. I don't even want to say short pain. It just fucking hurts.
Look around. Anything that might tell us what happened to her.
But yeah, my back's not too bad. But that's why I took a muscle relaxer. Because I have those from the last time I messed up my back. Which, at least that one, I was doing something fun when I messed it up.
Yeah. Would you believe that I've never had a muscle relaxer?
I had it until that one. And it's legit wasn't really, it's not even like a fun one. It's just, yeah, it's like cyclobenzapine or something like that. Which I was like, oh, it's a benzo. It's not. Then, yeah, I mean, it does its job. It makes me tired and it loosens my muscles. But yeah, it's not fun the way you'd think.
Yeah, that's
did you find it?
No. Oh, did you see that I got a clip of that voice break when you were singing "Fortunate Son"? Did you see that?
I didn't. I saw the video that was sent. I did not watch it yet.
Okay.
Where is this shit? Because I'm pretty sure we've. Did it just glitch and not give us?
Could be. I remember.
Oh, I found it. Nope, I didn't find it.
One possibility, if Agent Johnson was preparing for a journey of any kind, standard procedure mandates that she map out... Bingo! Ha! See if you could find her.
Let's take this thing. I like it better.
All things. Truth brings. She left me poopy on the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares.
Yeah. She left me dog shit on the stairs.
Why the fuck is it on stairs?
I imagine it's like the flaming bag of dog shit.
Don't stop until you find her.
Yeah,
Seems kind of a tank.
Oh yeah, I have one of these. It's fantastic. I try really hard to keep up with stuff that, and this is why I'm really grateful that I found a field discipline that I'm like really invested in, because I try to keep up with stuff and I just can't, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know if this is what it feels like to be stupid or what, if it's just some sort of other mental block. But if you were to ask me to recite what you just said, I would say all I remember is some things spin, air gets condensed, and heated up.
I mean, at a very extremely basic level, you're not really
and
wrong.
My fucking headset's cutting out again, so I can't hear you. God, what the fuck is the deal? Hang on. I have an idea. It makes sense, because my dumb ass threw out my other one. My wired headset, because I'm like, well, I'm not using it. I'm not going to need it. Well, here the fuck I am. Alright, here we go. Let's see if that fixed it.
Is it fixed? Hello? Can he just not hear me now?
Okay, I've got audio again.
Or
I'll see if it keeps cutting out.
all right.
So sorry, what did you say?
I said at a very, very extremely basic level, you were correct in what you said.
Can you see Agent Johnson?
On a very stupid monkey primate brain level. Yeah, that's right.
Well, no, I'm just emphasizing like there's a lot more going on than that, but like
No,
at the
I
end of the
understand.
day,
It's just
Yeah, it
funny
is just
to make
fan spinning.
exaggerations, you know.
It's kind of a how do I, like it's easy to understand if you already understand. This is gonna sound a lot like saying, well, you know, it's easy to know if you just know it. A lot easier to understand if you already have an idea of how everything else works behind it. Like,
Yeah, well, that's why
You know-
that's why generally classes are structured as they are. Is like you get a base foundational knowledge of, in my instance, the makeup of the brain, like the physical makeup
Yeah.
of the brain, and then you can get into the theoretical shit.
exactly. So that's what this whole time I was like, why do we keep hammering Venturi and Bernoulli and like all these other physics things? And then I realized, like, as we started going on, like, because almost everything in an engine on a plane abides by those principles. Like a lot of pumps abide by those principles. Because like when we were going over pumps and the types of different pumps, we were like went over all the different fucking types. I'm like, that seems redonkulous. Oh, wait, we still have one more to go to.
Well, there was another one right over there to the right. We have two more actually after this one.
Wait, what? I only see one.
Oh, well, I see. Okay, fuck it, go to that one because if that's the only one you see, then maybe that's the right one.
Like we went over all the different types of pumps because like you see them everywhere, and sometimes things function similarly to those things. Yeah, like if you wanted to simply put how the where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? A turbine is kind of like you have a way of doing things in the front, and then just make it the opposite in the back, and burn some shit in the middle, and you got a turbine engine. Like,
Hey, I respect it. If
what is confusing and what I kind of enjoy is so those stators, you have the stators, they're stator vanes, and then the rotors are rotor blades. I think they're the same shape pretty much, but I think they're called that. Oh, I didn't realize we weren't supposed to alert the cops. God damn it.
Oh, it was gonna happen one way or the other. This is my job. As much as I want to pretend like I know jack about like the empirical sciences, I really don't. I know like some fundamental concepts here and there, and the rest is just kind of guesswork based on those practical applications and other logic.
Well, half the time it's a safe bet, because like I said, things work, like, everything works off of like 12, 15 different principles.
Right here. Thank God.
I found her.
Guard send you?
Did she just call me? Tell her it's a disciplinary matter.
We need to get out of here now. We have two groups
Oh,
of soldiers, possibly Ted Grande and Duggan personnel. Both highly dangerous. They are hostile to each other.
I'm about to
and
get
us.
dropped.
We need to evacuate this area and regroup. Stat.
Get her out of there. And remember, local law enforcement
Let's
are
go.
not in the loop for this operation.
For whatever reason, my
goddamn.
bullets aren't working on that effort.
Did we lose a tire? I think we did.
Oh, she was
That-
getting. Oh, I was trying to shoot the wrong person. I see.
Damn.
Oh, were you trying to shoot her?
I was dead back there for
Yeah.
sure. How the heck did you find me? Recent GPS logs in my car? That was good work.
That doesn't mean I don't try to learn, you know, because
Business as usual. No
you can't really know if something's gonna stick if you don't try to learn it.
Back it out. The next thing I know, there's a black bag over my
Thank you.
I think they were planning to
Yeah.
sell me.
I know
Well,
at
I
least
just-
a little bit somehow how turbines work
Went
now.
south, people started
I mean,
dropping left and right.
if we weren't
We
on
got there
stream
just in time.
and I had a way of drawing certain things out, I could explain the entire process
you
to a
knew?
point that you would
I don't
understand it,
recognize you.
like
Oh.
everything,
Thank you anyway.
to the principles of how it happens and why it happens. Besides that whole supersonic bullshit.
I call
could
that the
explain- I could-
obscure this and that's of how things
I
work.
could probably explain all of it to the point where you do understand it, but
Well,
it
I'm
would
not
take, like-
underestimating. I'm not downplaying your teaching abilities. I'm
Oh, I
just
know.
my learning abilities.
Got blown.
yeah, we're on stream and I don't want to
computer software.
take over the entire thing. I'm not following you, Google. I didn't even say anything that sounded like Google.
Ultimately, I'm just chilling.
Supply, demand,
Yeah.
shipment delays, rating agencies, public oversight mechanisms, you name it. It's even
What the fuck's
pushing
this bitch
panic
saying?
buying using
I don't know.
on
Something about like
the Duggan
gas
already
prices.
has the tech they need, and they're out to buy even more.
I'm really just
Yada,
doing
yada,
this
yada.
so that you get to see the final mission of this because it's not what you expect. M says for the record he was enjoying it.
Well, thanks, Em.
Yeah, this isn't just a comedy variety hour. We throw in some learning here too. We're like Sesame Street, except minus Jim Henson.
You know, I just thought about something too. Those stators in the compressor. I don't think it was ever stated that that they create a diverging geography or not geography, geometry. But I do know that they slowed air down, and yeah, I think it's just because of the shape of the stator. Huh. I should look that up tomorrow. Not now.
We've got a lot of heat.
'Cause
Move
I need-
them now.
It's important that I know
We
this
can't
shit.
have local law enforcement all over this.
So anyway, you want to hear about Socrates?
Yeah, fuck yeah. We call Daniel at school. He's really fucking annoying. He talks way too much. Like, not in a way like, oh, he's yapping. Like, no, it's just he starts talking and he doesn't know when to fucking stop. But it's not like a fun yappy kind of way. It's like he's monotone and he's just kind of diarrheaing of the mouth. We call him Pontificus.
That's fantastic.
Because he also pretends to know, like, he knows a lot of things. Like, he gives off the vibe of, like, he's been doing this shit for 9 years or 20 years, when he has not. It's quite
Yeah.
humorous, actually.
Yep, I know the kind. I probably come across as the kind pretty often.
Well, if you actually know what you're talking about, it's fine. He doesn't. Like, he'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty good at electrical troubleshooting. And I'll hear him talking. Here's the thing with electricity and electrical work. The more words you have to use and the more complicated you make it sound, the less you know about it. But the less you know what the fuck is going on.
That sounds about right.
Because most electrical things can be simplified to, like, 2 sentences. Sometimes even 1. Like, oh, yeah, it's broken because you have an open ground. You have a break in the line. You aren't getting enough voltage. There's not enough amps. There's no continuity. Like, it's literally, like, that's it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the best way to
A little faint.
boil down some of my concepts.
Debrief's gonna have
Thankfully,
to wait.
I do have a general concept of psychology.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about Psych is it starts, I know what I said earlier, but it starts pretty broad,
Thanks.
and then you sort of
Hopefully my intel help.
narrow down as you go, specifically into different theorists.
Yeah.
I got a couple of favorites. I'm highly fond of. Let's see. God, I've got many favorites, but the two that I always like. If I were to get them tattooed across my chest, it would be Carl Jung and Carl Rogers. I almost said Carl Adler. There's no Carl Adler. It's fucking Alfred
What about
Adler.
Karl Marx?
Philosopher, not a psychologist, but he did understand some psychological values. Especially, he hugely inspired certain facets of one of the modern movements in psychology, which is culture critical.
I mean, I was just joking, but damn, I learned something.
Well, the two are very closely related, and a lot of really intelligent thinkers don't disagree with his ideas.
Yeah.
Regarding economic systems.
People who say that shit only works on paper just have not really. They just don't like communism and have no good reason to not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can't argue one way or the other because I don't know dick about it, but I'm certainly up for trying anything that's not what we're currently doing.
Anarchy!
Where's my car? Eric Fromm is another good one. R.D. Lang. R.D. Lang is probably...
Ooh, I know R.D. Lang. Why do I know R.D. Lang? Ooh, why do I know that name?
Okay, do you know A-R-T-I-E Lang? Or the letters R.D.? I'm pretty sure R.T. Lang was like an actor.
No, R.D. Lang.
Okay. No, R.D. Lang is an executive producer? So R.D. Lang, M says, you know, K.D. Lang. R.D. Lang is one of the, he was a Scottish, I forget what his classification was, but...
He's a psychologist.
Yeah.
No, he's a psychiatrist. I mean, psychiatrist.
That's what it was,
I'm reading
psychiatrist. Right now. Yeah. He was a very, later in his, like, professional life, or I guess you just call it disciplinary career, had a very controversial way of thinking.
I'm trying to remember what I've heard about him recently that I know that name. What are some of his theories?
It may have been me that brought him up. Well, the one that sticks with me the most is he was also not very fond of capitalism, and generally had very, I don't want to say controversial, because that's not really even right, more just like edgy ideas on fuck, what's the word? It's like, it means to make an illness out of. Basically, mental wellness. And so one of the things he said was, specifically regarding schizophrenia, was that it was a sane response to an insane world.
Yeah, I know that phrase, or not phrase, that quote. I don't.
Was it me that told you?
No, I mean, I'm sure you've mentioned him here and there, but I know that I've heard this in some sort of thing that I was watching.
Well, he's not an unpopular theorist. He was also big on, like, one of the parts that I agree with. He was a big fan of, or rather, not big fan. He underlined the importance of, like, personal experience, and how ultimately I can never really know what it's like to be you. I can only know, what is it? I can only experience your experience as experienced by me. That makes sense?
I do remember when we were talking about this, like, several weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that one I heard from you, which, I mean, it's a cool thing. It's also cool because I've kind of thought that same idea, but on my own. Which, there's some weird meta-ness to that of, well, I can only think of his theory through the way that I experience it.
Yeah, isn't that fucky?
Yeah, I can only think of my theory
Sorry for not
that is also
acknowledging your
his
reverb
theory
part. I am
through the eyes of me.
I am locked in on my autism. Yeah,
I think it's cool sometimes to. Oh, hold up, let me. Waypoint.
I'm headed to A.
I think it's cool that that like I don't know. I just enjoy whenever something I kind of thought and have questioned before.
You might
Turns
be
out, you know,
surprised how many psych majors there are, specifically because they want to know more about themselves.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of a. It's a thin line because, I mean, at the end of the day, can't you just chalk it up to the brain wanting to know more about itself? It may not even be, like, you know, even if you're in it to, like, learn more about others' brains, it's just the brain wanting to learn more about the brain.
It depends on who you believe. I don't subscribe to that because I am firmly of the idea that the brain is not the only driving force. There's something else, like a soul or a psyche. Generally referred to in my field as the mind.
Agreed.
And you could argue that the mind is just a product of the brain, but then I could get back into the Socrates argument, where he makes the point that he don't think it is. So it's deep and interesting, and I'm glad that I switched my minor from sociology to philosophy.
I took the wrong way to get up there. I don't know why I went this way.
I should have bought more armor.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I do think that I don't like the idea about the mind. Only, whoa, who's shooting at me and how? Oh, this helicopter, holy shit. Hey, bud, how do you like, oh, that's a grenade. That didn't.
Did you get him with that?
Yeah, I did.
That's amazing.
Fireworks lead to fireworks.
Fucking A. Alright, where's this goddamn thing? Am I supposed to bomb this? I think I am. It just... Whoa! Oh, God! Clark, get up!
Oh, God.
Yeah, watch out. I don't know, it just makes it easier to... Because there are a lot of, like, reductionist theories... Yeah, I'm not getting down that way. That boil down basically to the brain, or the mind, the soul, whatever you want to call it. Oh, God! Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll die.
Parkour.
You know, it's just like responses to that, and really funnily, that was one of the dissenting opinions in relation to what Socrates was saying about the soul being a different and eternal thing. Like the mind just is a byproduct of the functioning of the brain, and it's not that it was ever like really disproved. It's just that it was argued against to the satisfaction of some modern scholars and not to the satisfaction of others. So like it's still a valid theory that the brain is, or that the soul is. Why can I not ladder? Excuse me. Hello. What happened to you?
I folded.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Clark, you remember how to use a ladder, big dog? What happened?
I think... Now, here's a question.
I'm gonna quit the job, and I'm gonna go buy some armor.
So... Do you think... Well, this might be a dumb question because...
There are no stupid questions.
Well, agreed. But what I was about to ask was in relation to... Do you think people, I guess, psychiatrists and psychologists, reasoning for... basically usually just negating the fact that they're... I mean, maybe they just don't believe in the fact that there's a soul that is different, that is also a driving force in decision making and whatnot. Do you think that has to do with how heavily influenced society was by religion until recently? But then I started saying that I realized psychiatrists they weren't so much around until the or psychologists weren't so much around until like the 1800s, right? Not even then. Early 1900s.
Well, no, you were right the first time, if I remember correctly. I think you should read, if you truly want to know the answer to that question better than I can give it to you, I can send you because this is where my answer is coming from. I can send you the textbook that I had for one of my classes about the history and philosophy of psychology, where it actually came out of man's relationship with God, moving from a social communal church thing into a personal just man and God, like one individual and God thing. And also really interestingly,
that doesn't seem like a what word am I looking for? Like I wouldn't come to that. What word am I looking for?
conclusion?
Doesn't seem like the. Hold on, give me a second to come up with this word because it's important that I get this word right.
Yeah, take your time.
Not linear. What word?
Okay, that's narrowed it down.
Like I wouldn't put those together, you know, like I wouldn't see it leading from not separation, but you know, going from man, church, God to man, God being the rise of, or I wouldn't see that leading to psychology and whatnot. That doesn't seem like a very, not logical, but that doesn't seem like
Okay, there we go.
I really cannot think of this word that I'm trying to think of. That just does not seem.
I think I get what
like
you're saying, though.
the direction that I would expect it to go. Oh, I might die. You forgot how to use stairs.
It's a really fucking fascinating thing. And
Intuitive, I guess. That's not intuitive to me. I mean, that's kind of the word. It's not quite the word, but it'll do.
I think that's fair enough. If you want that answer in more detail, I was gonna link you to this textbook anyway because it's free online. But it goes hugely. The first couple chapters are big into talking about kind of how it came about, and specifically, I think it wraps up in one of the later chapters, but how the world wars kind of. Because Western psychology is basically the prevailing psychology, specifically because we imported it from Germany and Austria, and then, funnily, during World War II, I think, it kind of got dispersed from us. So we basically took it, chewed it up, kind of made it our own, and then it went kind of everywhere else. But not everywhere accepted it. A good example is, like, Indian psychology, since they have such a different social dynamic. I may have told you this when I was in the class, but there was a group of Indian scholars that came over to learn about psychology, and they left like pretty early into their semester at whatever college they were attending, because it just didn't line up with what they knew at all. They had such differing social values and like norms and shit. So, to answer your question, I forgot what your question was. What were we talking about?
It started from me asking if the lack of considering, the fact that decisions of a person might be made not only from their brain but of a soul. Like, if that lack of considering the soul came from being associated, or like how heavily influenced the church was, because having a soul, I feel like, kind of goes against a lot of religious things, because everything should be like, oh, you do it for God.
Well, I think there are probably some people that would argue that the soul itself like acts as a vessel for God. You know, so like it was created so that you could make decisions that glorify God. But actually, depending on who you ask, again, going back to Socrates, I'm getting a lot of mileage out of this Socrates fella, and I did not expect to. He would argue that the brain is nothing more than... Yeah, I mean, ever since Bill and Ted, you know, I've been a fan. He argued that the brain, I think, if I interpret this correctly, was no more than just a connection between the body and the mind, like the soul. The soul is what makes all of the decisions. The brain is just what sends the signals, basically.
Which makes sense.
They used to call it Clarkology, but Clark realized no man could truly understand another, so they had to change the name.
Clark realized that everyone could only experience Clarkology through their own experiences.
No one could truly achieve utter.
It used to be R.D. Clark. C.C. Clark. The CC's for Clark.
Clark. Which is funny because the dude's name is Jeffrey.
You mess with the road!
Come on, we got this!
What a fancy!
I like it because it's such a broad topic that affects literally everybody, and there's no real right answer to it.
Everyone has psychology. Everyone has psychology.
Isn't that what the chicken says, Clark?
Clark, motherfucker.
I am a worthless idiot. But if I kill you, what does that make you?
A dead, worthless idiot.
With like 16 bullets in his penis now. I hope his family didn't know what kind of work he did, and they're gonna have to explain to him that he was like a bitch baby mercenary.
Good job, that's better.
Oh, something I forgot to say with the compressor rotors. They get smaller the further back in the engine you go, because that has to do with the fact that, I mean, you're compressing air and whatnot.
No.
I couldn't really tell you why they
did they car bomb the wait, did the fucking helicopter I shot down land on a car and blow it up? That's amazing.
Probably.
Sorry.
No, I was done.
Distracted.
What gets real complicated is you can take that same principle of a turbojet or a turbojet or a turbofan, and then you can introduce it to the SR-71, which is a combo of a turbojet, so turbofan, but without the bypass
fine
air.
Piece of technology that thing is.
So it is actually a marvel because it is called a turbo ramjet. It takes that other type of jet engine and combines it with a turbojet, and at high enough speeds, it basically uses the turbojet as a way to get up to speed, so that the engine can then be run as a ramjet. And basically, what happens with a ramjet is the angle of the inlet with those converging and diverging ducts that I was talking about. You're moving at such a speed that those ducts and the pressure from the air entering those ducts, the shape of those ducts and the speed that you're going with causes enough pressure in those ducts to compress enough to combust. So you don't need all those compressor rotors to compress the air. Because, you know, like big airliners, I mean, they're going fast, but they're not going fast enough to create compression on their own going through the air. And also, ramjets are the purpose of that is it allowed the SR-71 to run its afterburners at a much more efficient level than if it were using turbojets. Because a afterburner on a turbojet, downstream of the exhaust, or so in the exhaust and everything, there's a lot of air still in there that wasn't used to combust anything, so there's plenty of oxygen. Like I said, oh, actually, no, I only talked about the compressor of this part. So, in the combustion chamber, only 25 to 35% of the air goes into the combustion chamber. Everything else is used to cool the parts and keep the flame from touching other parts that it doesn't need to touch.
Cool the parts.
Oh, I thought you were about to fucking just swan dive to your death.
I don't know why I parachuted so far away from my car. Excuse me, give me your car so I can go to my car.
What was I going with that? I forget. Also, is a fire alarm supposed to blink? I just thought blink. I don't know if I've ever seen it blink before. That's a good question for Emery. You do things. But is my fire smoke alarm supposed to blink?
I don't know if he can hear you. I don't know. Sometimes he has to mute the audio while he's at work.
Oh, true. Imagine being on a call and you just fucking hear the stream going on like, "Hey, I'm dying. Please get off Twitch."
Was that a fucking missile?
Well, you do have a helicopter behind you.
I know. Let me see if I can't stop in this ammunition, get some armor. I don't think I can, but I hope I can.
What was I talking about? Oh, the combustor. Yeah, it's actually really cool.
Combustor.
So it can also be called the burner.
God damn it.
It's really cool. Only 25 to 35% of that air is used to create a flame and burn. But the air is distributed around, so you can think of it, the easiest one to understand is the can type of combustor, where it literally is a can shape, and it's a can in a can. There's a smaller can inside a big can. Inside the little can is where the flame happens. Between the two cans is where the cooling air goes. And then in the last 2/3 of that little can, it has perforations to allow that cold air in to mix with the hot combusted air. So whenever this air is leaving going through the exhaust, you still have, what would that be? Fucking 75% of your air is it's not burnt, so like you still have plenty of oxygen. And so an afterburner basically injects, or it doesn't, I guess you could say it injects fuel into the air post burning and ignites that, because you still have all that air to ignite. You can get, in some cases, you can get as up to 100% more thrust from doing afterburners.
Jesus H.
Yeah.
That's it. Signal's coming through loud and clear. Check your GPS. You should have the vehicle's precise location now.
I do like trying to learn. It has to be in bits and pieces, mind you, because stupid. But I do like trying to learn. Well, yeah, like learning what some of these things are, so I can keep up with you and M when you talk about this sort of stuff. Because like, I like when people talk to me about shit that they like. Just because it's kind of hard to not get excited when someone's that excited about something, you know?
Right.
So I like participating in the conversation as best I can, but also stupid.
Well, what's so difficult about turbines, dude, is like, it's the nomenclature. There's so many names for so many things. Like, there's 2 different names for the same thing. Like what I was talking about earlier.
Genuineness, authenticity, and being a fully functioning person. Those are all 3 the same thing. Self-actualization, all 3 the same thing, for the same thing, but from different theorists.
And I'm sure they're probably all used in that field in certain contexts.
Yep.
Which is, that's how this works with turbine engines. So you had the rotor and stator, but then in the turbine section, you have
what a fucking
turbine
asshole.
nozzle. You have the turbine nozzle and turbine rotor.
Oh,
the nozzle is literally just a stator. It does the same thing, Well, I mean, it actually does the opposite of the thing in the compressor, but like it's the same thing. And also because you
That's not a
have
through road.
at the very front, like before air even gets to the compressor, this is if you were to look behind the big fan and look at that tiny circle inside the big circle, at the front of that tiny circle, you have what's called inlet guide vanes, and those are also stators, but they are not referred to as stators. They are just inlet guide vanes. You can tell it's a stator by the fact that it says vane. And I will say I like it sometimes, because if someone tells me someone's a turbine nozzle or refers to turbine nozzle, or just or even just a nozzle at all, I know exactly where they're talking about. I don't have to question, are they talking about the compressor, the turbine section? What are they talking about? Because the nozzle is only in the turbine section, and the stator is pretty much only in the compressor. It's only referred to as a stator in the compressor section. And if someone says inlet guide vane, well, I know they're talking about that first set of stators before it even hits the compressor. If they say outlet vane assembly, outlet vane assembly, I know they're talking about the last two stators before the air reaches the burner. They fucking say the inlet turbine nozzle. I know they're talking about, it's literally the same thing as the inlet guide vanes, but
Oh my
into the
God!
that was rough. It's literally the same thing as the inlet guide vanes, but in the turbine section. So it's like, I like it because they're only used in certain contexts. I don't have to question other things about it. But to learn all of that and realize that they're the same thing, or that one does something minutely different.
Yeah, it kind of raises the bar, like the barrier of entry, makes it more complicated for people trying to get into it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, this is the same piece, but functioning in a different way. Same way, different place. Like, Jesus. That's where I get lost.
What's really cool, though, that I think is really cool. So, earlier I said the turbine section, that's got the hottest part of the engine. The constraining factor is if you look in the book, it says the turbine, but technically it's the first stage turbine nozzle, because the first stage is the first one to get hit by that hot exhaust air, and the first thing to get hit is that turbine nozzle, which is a stator. And also the actual turbine rotor as well. It also has to withstand that heat. But I mean, the first thing it fucking sees is the turbine nozzle. What is kind of annoying about my teacher is, like, if you don't put both names of something on some of these worksheets he does, he'll like mark it and be like, what else is it? I'm like, dude.
Oh my God.
And what's kind of annoying is sometimes, like, it won't even say in the book, he just said it during lecture, and he'll be like, he'll want that as well, because, like,
if there's no available recording of the lecture for you to study, then I think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit pretty deeply, but that makes it even bullshit.
Thankfully, he has some PowerPoints that we have access to.
Okay.
But the book that we're using as the study guide, or as the material, it should also say these things.
Exactly. Because then it's kind of difficult to differentiate between what's fact and what's personal opinion, which in my field is a big no-no.
Yeah, and it's not so much. There's certain things that are a big no-no like that in my field. Like, if you're reading a manual and you're like, this torque doesn't seem high enough, and you like, no, you don't. Engineers decided that. You are not an engineer.
Yeah.
Which is apparently an issue. Like, a lot of guys will be like, I think this needs to be tighter than what the book says because it doesn't seem right. It's like, how about
There's
you just
probably
do what the
a reason.
book says?
There's probably a reason.
Good work out there.
Because if you ever crash and they find out that you didn't follow that torque spec in the manual, well, you are now going to be, even if what you did didn't cause it, you're now going to be held liable.
Woof.
And you'll go to jail and be responsible for the deaths of all those people.
Yeah. And get fined every penny you make from here to the waking, like, 3 reincarnations later.
Well, dude, like, there's some instances where people kill themselves because of it. Like, not only because they can't take the fact that they caused people to die, but or they can't take the fact that they're going to jail. Because there's this one instance of a plane crashing. It was basically
How much are you getting for these missions, by the way?
About 50 grand.
Okay, I'm getting 52,800. I want to make sure that we're not getting Vincented again, where, oh hey, look, they dropped us right by this, so I don't have to go out of my way to buy armor.
You get some moolah. So there was this instance of a wait, hold on. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, they stopped. I'm gonna go to Simeon's because I want to buy this little Trabant looking shit.
I was gonna say you should have enough for it now.
Well, he said it was 100,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got it like $1 million something dollars.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
I've got 1.2 mil.
Stupid. Yeah, you should be able to afford it now if you think about it really hard.
Well, I could afford that fucking truck that I want, but then I'll have no money.
What kind of truck is it that you want?
I've got to look at it. I forget what it is. Okay. It's the class Yosemite, I think.
Is it in Super Autos?
Is that the San Andreas or the yellow one? But there's this plane crash. So planes have a thing called the ice boots. Basically, it's a piece of like rubber on the leading edge of a wing, or that inflates to break off any ice that formed, because ice is bad on a wing. Because
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, you need that smooth surface to get that Bernoulli effect on the wing. But so basically they were doing a repair of that. It was like in for an inspection. They had only put, it was on the tail of this aircraft, and it was a T-tail, which, so you can probably imagine that means the tail is at the very top of the vertical stabilizer. So it's high up. You would need to get a man lift to go look up there and whatnot. So they had taken it off because that's what was getting repaired. Well, and so it requires unbolting shit and whatnot. So it was about to be shift change. So, and this was during night shift. So the night shift only put some of the bolts and stuff in. They put all the bottom ones in, but not all the top ones. And so next shift came in. They didn't do a proper pass down, which would be just like filling in the next crew on what you did.
Yeah.
And where you're at. And so they went to inspect it, and the inspector was like, well, because I think they had already partially inspected it. I don't really recall this part. I have to go back and read it. But the inspector was like, well, they probably already inspected that top part, so I'm just gonna look at this bottom part. And so they did.
Being lazy as if you don't get paid by the hour. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I would feel real fucking stupid if that's a salaried position, but I imagine it's no.
You're paid by the hour.
That's hourly. Yeah. Could have sworn we won that Cold War. Well, here the fuck we are. This looks like one of the vehicles that you find in Outbreak.
But so that plane got sent back into service without those bolts on top being put in. and mid-flight, the tail ripped off, and everyone died.
God!
And so those mechanics that were responsible, you know, the NTSB did their investigation. They found out what happened, and they, you know, obviously did what they had to do. And so I think like 3 out of the 4 mechanics that were held responsible killed themselves.
I don't know how I would respond otherwise if I was responsible for that many people dying.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't a huge aircraft, but I mean, it was enough. It was let's see, you know what?
Because of a professional blunder that severe, I would be fucked up for life.
Well, and this wasn't exactly an uncommon thing either. That's what's insane. Or shit like that. So that's when things got really cracked down on. I'm gonna see if I can remember what flight that is, because the Wikipedia on it is actually quite interesting.
Did you get your car?
I did.
I'm excited to see what dumb shit you do to it.
Oh, I guess I should go do shit to that rather than.
Well, no. You can do what you want. I'm just chilling.
Then there were like 3 from a certain, like.
Currently at work in a field where people's lives are on the line. Yeah. I think more directly than his or mine. I wonder if I get to keep this vehicle.
I don't know what just happened, but.
Did your thing come out again?
Yeah, but I had like completely changed ports. Like it would not unfuck itself. So I don't know what's up with that, but I'll worry about that another time.
It's really funny because up until just
like
now,
3 or
my
4
headset
plane
had not
crashes.
cut out. But
Wait,
as
why
you
can't
started
I hear
talking,
my
it
fucking
did.
game now? Say something.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, now I can hear.
Did you hear? Did you not catch anything I said? My headset had not cut out until you started talking again, and then it started cutting out. So I missed most of what you said.
That's okay. I just missed most of what you said because for whatever reason my shit cut out again.
So goofy. What the fuck? This is the night of cursed ass fucking.
Yeah, we are not meant to hear.
And on this night we were cursed with non-hearedness. Hey, I got a new
Basically-
bike.
There were 3 or 4 plane crashes in the span of like
Welcome back, finally.
3 or 4 years, all caused by the same issue on a certain plane. It was a design flaw, and it's
Best of luck,
quite
Em.
interesting because they all crashed pretty much in the same way, and that's when the NTSB eventually realized, like, oh shit, there's something wrong with the design. This wasn't a fluke the first couple times. Like this is something actually fundamentally wrong with the plane.
This is a fuck up. This is a oopsie daisy.
Yeah, this is a fucky wucky. And yeah, I think that one's pretty interesting because like one of them's I think like a United flight, something. You know, it's a lot. Jesus Christ, I got a lot of cars.
Yeah, me too.
I've got almost 20 cars.
Oh, ooh. Oh no.
What?
I've got a lot more than that.
God damn.
I've got like, I would guess wager up to like close to 40.
God damn. What I need to do, I need to buy another garage. Because I've gotten rid of most of my silly cars.
It's my own goddamn fault for visiting Simeon so often.
I need to start visiting Simeon. How often does he change? Every day?
Weekly.
Ah,
I think he's just about to change out again.
sweet.
I don't remember when the weekly shit rolls over. It either just happened or is soon to happen. I think it is soon to happen. Which is why I kind of leapt on the new Fudo. I have to go somewhere. I guess my bunker? I need money, so I'm probably going to head to my bunker and sell some shit.
Your bunger.
Why cut out? Okay, I guess I have to fucking turn my shit off and on again. Hang on. God damn it. Fuck!
Not the cardboard bumper.
Ugh. Power off. Power on. Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected. I didn't realize you could do a cardboard bumper on the fucking Trabant.
Yeah, it's really
That's wild.
funny. You could do a lot of cardboard. You could do a cardboard spoiler too. Cardboard side skirt. You can do a lot of cardboard shit. It's kind of wacky.
I'm inspired now. I think I know what I'm gonna do.
My every intention was to like do like a role play, make it a family wagon, and then pretend like my kid had taped a bunch of cardboard to it. But then I didn't do that. Because I'm poor, because I just bought a fucking $1.1 million Fudo that I don't really like as much as my other Fudos, but it's probably just because I haven't had the chance to fucking drift it yet.
Now you have it.
Yeah, now I'm stuck with it, so.
You're telling me it's $25,000 to make my car rusty? The fuck?
Yeah, they import that. Dude, they import. That is genuine Russian rust. They import that all the way from Russia.
Russian. That wasn't as good as I thought. No, I find plane crashes very interesting, which is kind of, I know it might be concerning coming from the aircraft mechanic, but
I don't think it's any more concerning than people who are fascinated by like true crime.
Yeah.
I think humans have an inherent curiosity towards the macabre, and I think that's probably okay. I keep saying probably okay. Oh, you know what? Just figured out how we can make a hefty chunk of change. You want to try running that heist again? It'd suck to do it without him here, but...
Sure. I'm down. Let me get done with my Trebby.
Yeah. I still gotta fly over to the arcade, so you do your thing. Yeah, we are autism-flavored friends. We like to talk about shit that fascinates us to length, ad nauseum. That's part of why I started streaming, to be honest. Alright, let me put this bitch down in a way that doesn't stir irritation to my patrons.
EA Shorts.
I kind of miss when little game studio stings were cool like that, like unique.
Yeah,
and
what did
memorable.
that change?
Now it's just like, oh, make it some pretentious noise and show our logo, and then we'll be done. It's like, what? That's not fun.
Where's the fun in that? Goddammit!
Yeah. Man, you don't make a lot of money off of this arcade, do you? I guess because it's just a front for a heisting business, but damn.
You'd expect more.
I put a lot of money into this thing. It's probably because I don't have that many much cabs yet. So the more I invest into that, the more money I'll probably get. But I am broke as a joke right now. So I'll take what I can get. You casually deposit $66,000. Ah, man, I'm so broke.
You will meet a small, pale, sweaty stranger.
Hey, in GTA economy, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean,
Or that's not a lot of money.
yeah, no, I know what you meant. That's pennies.
Hello.
Hey, who the fuck are you?
Bye.
Oh, damn it.
Eh.
I have $105,000. Upgrading my heavy revolver, which I don't use that much, is $99,000. But the description is, if you can lift it, this is the closest you'll get to shooting someone with a freight train. And those words alone are enough to really make me want to buy this. I'm gonna buy it. Oh my god, you can have incendiary rounds? Are you shitting my fucking ass?
I mean, I will if you ask. Politely.
Please
Just to be
shit
polite.
into my anus.
Oh, I'm sub $1 million now, just because I wanted to put a turbo in this goddamn piece of shit.
Ooh. Wow, you can, like, paint your weapons really crazy. Alright.
Step back, please.
You want me to go ahead and start this heist up?
No, I want you to... I'm coming to you for you to fucking look at my car.
Oh, word. Yeah, let me head back outside.
Hi. Whatever.
This thing would be honestly a little awesome drift box.
Yeah, evidently you can tune it up for drifting.
I mean, I basically already have it tuned up for drifting. Just you wait.
That makes me nervous. The words "just you wait." I don't know. It's enough to incur anxiety.
You through to your garage. You need me to.
You need me to bring you a ride?
No, Jim, I'm
I'll
okay.
bring it to you.
Jeremy.
It's Jeremy Henry Boob.
Yeah, I work with Scott Stevens. If by work you mean run ridiculous air. Oh no!
Bitch goes on about how she hates her job. Oh my. What the fuck have you
It's set
done?
up for drift, man.
What the? This looks like a toy car. Oh my god.
It's my drift mobile, man.
Yeah,
you
man.
don't dig?
Looks great. Looks great. Looks fantastic. How did,
I like to think
how did the cardboard not come off?
Yeah, I'd like to think that I slide across the hood and the cardboard like sticks to my ass. All in character, by the way. Like it's just like, hey boss, check out the new drift car I made.
You wouldn't believe I got the deal on this. It only cost me like 200 grand.
All right, I'm ready for
Let's
this
try
mission.
this. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can make this happen.
Oh, apparently I don't have headlights. That's cool.
Did you get the covered headlights?
Yeah.
Oh my god! That would be why. You don't understand. It's more aerodynamic that way. Here's your invite. We're doing this Soylent and green. I mean, silent and sneaky.
I can do that.
Is it you that was talking about Chinese Bill Nye and the fucking how it sounds like a
Beer,
drinking
beer,
song?
beer,
That's
beer.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did we decide was the best interest? I don't remember.
It was really easy to get in with the truck, right? No.
Yeah, but that's not for this one. That's the
Oh.
We're doing stealthy. That's for the other kind. I think
we never really got
staff
far.
lobby.
Staff lobby was
Oh, great,
okay.
my shit's fucking cutting out again. God. Okay, say what you just said again.
I'm saying what I just said again.
No,
staff
still
lobby
can't hear
probably.
you. What the fuck?
Bum, 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 bum,
I don't know what
bum,
could fix this short of a
bum,
PC
bum,
reset or buying a new headset, and I don't feel like doing that right now.
Just imagine a technical difficulty screen going on right now.
I think I'm good now. I think I figured it out. Which is to say, I think it unfucked.
What words was I saying? I don't recall. Oh, I was talking to M about when you guys are coming up.
Is that right?
He requested off the 14th through the 16th of March. It's the weekend before St. Patty's.
Oh, cool.
If you're able. Yeah, if you're able, that'd be great.
I'll have to check my schedule. I may have an exam, but I think I'll be okay. All right, 55:45. You realize we're gonna see you guys at the wedding? Like I didn't realize that. Like
yes.
The next time we're gonna see each other is gonna be at the wedding.
Yes. But speaking of, it might be a dumb question. What attire? Like the only wedding I've been to, it was full blown suits and everything.
I think it's gonna be like semi-formal.
Yeah, like some
I'm
khakis.
a groomsman, so we're all kind of wearing the same thing.
I imagine like some khakis, a nice
actually it may be
nice button up.
I don't know. You may have to talk to Savannah about that because I'm not 100% sure. It may be like
yeah,
straight
I will.
formal.
Yeah, I mean, cause yeah, if it's straightforward, that's fine. I just
because I got like slacks and a dress shirt and a vest and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed because they're not letting me wear my hat. I'm like, just come on, it's my hat.
Damn.
I always wear my hat.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is fairly common for weddings to be just straight formal. But at the same time, I do know that there exists weddings that aren't just straight formal.
Right. Well, and Catholic weddings, as far as I'm aware, tend to be more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know. Classic crook. No, we did high-end crook. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna be sinister clown. Love the mask, even in spite of the cap and other masks.
Days, we're going in through the side door. I hope you brought your A game because you're not getting a warm up. Drive over there. I'll
Be that asshole that drives around with my high beams on.
Okay, softly approach.
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask. Was there any more? Was there any more discussion board goodness? Because I was listening to that pepper me up shit.
Job is to forget
and
oh yeah, hasn't been another there hasn't been another discussion board, but I bet there's more responses. Which, speaking of, I bet there's some more this week because I haven't done my homework for it this week. I guarantee there's been a discussion board.
Yeah,
I was having to. Go ahead.
I forgot. I took a nap between when I got home from class and stream time. and I forgot that I had a fucking quiz due tonight. I'm like,
Oh,
oh shit. So I woke up, I'm like, oh fuck, I haven't read any of the chapters. Let me skim them real quick. I made a B. I made a B.
Did you try out your stun gun yet?
Nice.
This is going to be your best friend. It'll overload the circuits on any CCTV.
So I guess I go ahead and put on my mask, eh?
Oh, I'm wearing one too. What's up?
As far as security is concerned,
What's up?
What up?
temporary outage.
So we want to temporarily down it.
Your key
Yeah.
card is good for anything up to a level 2 security door, which is most of them. You'll still need to do some hacking, but not much.
Beep, 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 beep. Kerklunk.
That's it. Head through the door to the staff lobby.
I feel like we need some, like, Ocean's 11 music. You know? Specifically
Trying
the
to think of
banana
what
part.
We need Hawaii 5-0. No. A-team. A-team.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba.
Take it out of the stun gun and get through before it recovers. That's it. Shorted. Quickly, get through. Heads up. CCTV ahead. The stun gun should disable the camera for a while. Or go old school and time your run.
Weren't there assholes in here that we could shoot? I feel like there were assholes. I think we're allowed to kill as many guards as we want. I don't think he said anything about that last time, so...
Yeah.
Just as long as a camera doesn't see him. Well, there's a camera right there, so that would see that guy.
Oh. We could wait for if maybe one of them will come in here.
When this guy passes back into this corner, that's why I domed the other two, so that'll definitely work.
Fuck!
Ringing the alarm.
He sees the dead body, starts running at him, goes, fuck! And then immediately collapses. There's a bullet to the brain. Oh, do we get to go this way now?
Don't forget,
We do.
we've still got the ace up our sleeve, huh? You like that? The EMP is all set and ready to go. It'll kill every circuit in the casino. Lights, cameras, the whole caboose. Except the doors.
I've got my
They have
stun
a
out
website
if you want to keep your
fail-safe.
gun out.
Make as much
Alright, yeah,
progress
that
as you
works.
can before the backup generator kicks in.
I don't know if you want to do the elevator or what, but I'm going to go ahead and open that, and then we can...
Stairs,
They're stored
stairs.
near where you are.
Okay, you want to do
It's up to
stairs?
you, but
Remember, there's cameras and guards, so...
it's a two-room system. One of you needs to hold the access button in the security room. The other runs through and grabs the cash.
Oh!
Down from here, one step at a time. I need my inhaler just
Mates don't play.
You're absolutely correct.
All right, that camera just went down. It'll be back online soon. And remember, if you bring down too many at the same time, they'll hit the alarm. Okay, here we are at last.
Alright, I got these guys.
Naturally,
Should I just go full
Remember, these
gun
people
on this
aren't
one, or like,
idiots. If you fry too
or should I
many
keep my
cameras
stun
at
out?
once, security won't
I don't know.
We'll stay frosty.
Yeah, because I think it depends on how many cameras are in here, but I think we can take these assholes out one at a time and be fine. Oh, camera.
Where?
Hang on. Front, middle.
It's down. Guard on the left side. We're good.
Yeah, I got him.
You're so close. See that security checkpoint? The man trap is just beyond it. Nice shot.
Nice. I was about to ask if you wanted to sync up on that.
Yeah, we could have. I don't know why I didn't. Alright, hang on. Oh, shit, camera. Stupid. Thank you for looking at that camera. I gotta take care of this guy, and then we'll be Goldie. Goldie. We'll be gravy.
Wow, we really just
See
fucking did that.
That's your man trap, so pay attention. You'll have to swipe both vault key cards simultaneously at separate control.
Okay.
Alright.
Hang on, before we do this, let me pull up the cheat sheet real quick.
Open both the inner and the outer doors simultaneously.
Oh, I still have it up from last time. Nice.
So we can close the first door and then open the second. We need one person with a vault key
All right.
card at each
Ready?
terminal. Let's go.
Yep.
1.
3, 2,
Oh.
1.
keep the first door open until you're set.
I love our little jaunty run.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't set off the alarm, because, like, it'd be really cool if we could get out of here completely without having to...
Okay, so far so bueno.
Oh no, I think we
Push on
do
to
only have a
the
limited amount of time.
Looks like the guard
Yeah.
room is in there. Happy day.
I just don't like the idea of getting shot reducing money. That just... Because I think that was in Payday 2 for a while, and then they patched it out because it wasn't fun.
I know this is a special moment for you down there, but trust me, it's about to get a lot more special on the other side of that door. Break out the laser drill, let's do this! The lock mechanism should melt like butter. You just need to target the weak points. Don't rush. If you push the drill too hard, it'll overheat. We're not on a time limit until we're inside. Come on, keep it steady, but you've got to move quicker than this. There's disc 2.
Oh my god,
Number 3.
Lester.
Okay, right side's all done.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're like little fucking hooligans.
Yeah.
Cash on the carts. Grab it.
Alright, I'll get to work
Yeah, that's
on
kind of bullshit that we still have a time
We
limit.
stayed under the radar.
Yeah.
Give a little more time here. Now, your hacker can block the security sensors while you're in the vault, but only for a while. If the system goes quiet for too long, it triggers the alarm as a failsafe. And, did I mention that if the alarm goes off in here, they'll flood the place with nerve agent? No? Okay, well, I'm mentioning it now. There's a set of lockboxes in here. Drill them if
I
you've
would
got
say
the
like at a
time,
minute
but
30,
I
go ahead and
can't
just start
promise you
grabbing
there'll
as
be
much
anything
cash
good
as you can.
inside.
'Cause hopefully
you're
you'll
right.
have one or two. And we definitely have more time than we did last
Yeah, we have a
time.
whole other minute.
Oh my god, I wish... Dude, we should get more time because of how much time it fucking takes to go in between these fucking interfaces. This is fucking annoying.
Yeah, honestly. Alright, so there's 2 in there that are available. I'm gonna skip that because that's 2 doors. That'd be a waste of time. That may have been the wrong decision, but we'll see. Yeah, evidently cash is, like, not great. Not the kind of thing that you want. Not the loot that you want. Is that this?
Yeah.
I think that's that. This. Fuck! What did I do wrong?
You're at a minute 30 anyways, you're good.
Oh. This one. Alright, I think I'm gonna start looting now. Are there any by you that need doing?
30 seconds
no.
before the failsafe
Alright, then I'm gonna start drilling.
Make the most of it.
Clark! Buddy, where drill? He just kind of stood there and looked at it for like 4 seconds.
Now get out before they smell a rat. Gas incoming. 10 seconds.
Alright, I got all mine.
Yeah, I guess we ought to go.
Time's up. The alarm is set to go.
I'm pumping the escape button.
Oh, there was a big cart of money
Ah, oh well.
just sitting there.
You're a few seconds away from being a filthy rich corpse. Move! People, that is the mother.
Alright.
lode.
1, 2, 3.
Cleaned them out. All right, let's get out of the frying pan and back into the fire. Break out the key cards.
So I wonder if we left the safe before the alarm went off, if we would have gotten out unnoticed.
I don't know. It's a good question.
They've reinforced the security room, and that's your only way out. Get ready.
All right.
It's open back the way you came.
Pansy! Man down!
I don't get it.
Oh, wow, the max capacity on this thing is ass.
Pin it down. Get me something, cocksucker. I don't get it. You fucked with the wrong end.
Hopefully, this will get us all the way up.
Eat this!
How you feeling? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they say? In the event of
Dude, we
emergency,
should have got more
leave
cash.
all valuables behind and do not use the elevators. Oh well, never mind. We've got some heavy chatter on the police frequencies. Sounds like they're sending news.
They hit him. Cocksucker.
Okay, different stairs.
Cover. Piece of shit. He's up.
Oh, great. Now we have to go all the way around.
Grab that guy!
Oh, stretch! I feel so alive. Whew. I don't even think my eczema's clearing up.
Hey, while we're here, do you want to get the, no, that'd be stupid. That'd be greedy.
Keep me covered.
Yeah, the fact that I
Laboratory.
lose like 2,000 fucking.
Get back to
God,
the
we just lost so much
There's
money.
an exit to the rooftop and a clear parachute jump from there.
It's open.
Whew.
Kind of irritated with how much money we've already lost.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is a very good heist.
Yeah, I think that's just simply it.
Cover me.
I know that, like, it has to, but I'm not a fan of the fact that going in stealthy also still triggers the alarm. Like,
Yeah.
because we still gotta drive out.
Like, I wonder if there's a way to do it completely. I saw a Reddit post about the best way to do this heist. I don't remember what it was, but there was a way.
I just bought it because I thought arcades are cool, man.
Weapons on the ground, now! We have you surrounded!
Behave you humanity.
We have you pounded.
Bikes, they're in position now. Hustle!
Oh, that's
Did
water.
they give us parachutes? Okay, they did. It looks like they're back where they were, so...
Making sure it's click, right?
Yeah.
Dude. We jumped at the same time. My character bumped into your character. And then...
Really?
Yeah.
You still have your
I'm
loot
not...
bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is Clark not running?
This is gonna be interesting. That was such bullshit. I'm actually irritated by that.
Where you gonna go now? Ass smells like shit coming out of your mouth.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, dude.
That's alright. You should have seen that on my screen. It was funny. About that.
Well, okay, at least it was funny. Glorg.
Lord, my lord.
That's the name of, like, his ancient god form.
They used to call it glorging, but...
He had to change it so that mortal tongues could pronounce his name.
Get to the getaway bikes.
Alright, I'll let you jump first this time. I actually think it might be better to go off this way.
I think you might be right. So at least we have cover.
Yeah.
Fuck me! You fucker!
Wow, I'm getting eviscerated.
Yeah, same here. So it looks like going off the roof is not the best.
I guess not. And Clark is just allergic to sprinting. Why is he still doing like the oh you can't see me run?
Okay, pro tip, don't go into the racetrack. You can't get out.
Is that Nardwar?
I love Nardwar.
Well, he just goes, "You are an idiot!" Like, exactly like that. Alright, well, I'm out of there, so good luck.
Doing my best.
Well, I may still die yet, because, you know, I thought the bikes would be funny.
Okay, the decoys a go. They're splitting up to cover it. Now's your chance. We have a clean car all lined up. Just don't let them see you switch.
Do I have to lose health and money? Make it one or the other, man. Come on. Or make it like Duke Nukem Forever, where I just lose ego.
Yeah.
Wow, we really kicked the hornet's nest. It's amazing how fast the police respond.
The helicopter crashed into me. I shot it down and it crashed right on top of me.
Look, can I be 100% honest with you? I think we give this up. Because we're making like... Once they take their cuts, we're making less than 500 apiece. And that's just not worth it. At that point, I would just run... Vincent's
I accidentally pressed restart, I think.
Well, I'm down to give it one more college try. Also, my fucking headphones are cutting out. I wonder if it wouldn't have been better if...
Getaway bikes.
You know what? I don't know. I don't care.
Hustle!
That shit is burned into my retinas. I'm aiming for your head!
Oh my god!
You absolute fucking idiot! Killing makes my dick hard!
Okay, that's kind of funny, though. I can't catch a break!
Ass! You inbred fuck! Damn! Shit brain!
Why are they not dying?
Yeah, these bikes kind of are fast as fuck, though.
Okay. I banged my balls on a street sign and died.
You just got erect.
Erect. It's like you get wrecked, but you know what? You want to do some races?
Yeah, I'm down.
You want to do like the double XP, double money races? I guess just grind out some money off of that.
Or let me go pee real quick.
Sure. Yeah, I know heist failed. It's a bad fucking heist. Can I please? Thank you. Roo, 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 roo. Pippin Bork. I think you... I'm fairly certain you heard that, right, Stream?
Like that, all today, that fucking joke from Mitch Hedberg has been in my head, where it's like I hate those jars full of jelly beans at like the carnival that says, guess how many in the jar. Like, come on, man, let me just have some. He's like, how about I grab a handful and you guess? Or wait, no, what did he say? I'm trying to remember the rest of the joke. It's like, because that's the part that cracks me up every time. It's just that, let me just have some.
Who'd you say this was?
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg.
'Cause he's like, how about you guess how many I want? It's like, you're right, a handful.
Holy shit! He was born the day after my birthday, but in 1968.
Yeah. He's dead.
Yeah, I saw he died in 05.
From a speedball.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough, because, I mean, dude, he was so fucking funny. He's one, like, escalators are fantastic. He goes, the great thing about escalators is they are never out of service. They're just temporarily stairs. It's like they put a sign on it. They put a sign on it that says, out of service. Sorry for the convenience.
I think I remember that joke. I swear I've heard that before.
Or
saw a special on Comedy Central back in the day. Damn, old school Comedy Central, man. Oh, I'd never hit continue. I'm stupid.
He was like, he's like, I was at the donut shop and they asked me if I wanted a receipt. I said no. He's like, no, I do not need a receipt for my donut. I do not think I will need to prove it. Yeah, I don't think I would need to prove that I had a donut. He goes, you are adding unnecessary steps to a transaction.
Imagine returning a donut.
Dude, that's part of the joke. He's like, and he's like, yeah, I will put this receipt back home in my binder of receipts under D for donut. He's like, I cannot imagine having an interaction with someone where I say I had a donut and they say, you son of a bitch, I don't believe you. And I say, oh, well, I got the receipt.
I don't know what the fuck is in my gut right now, but that is funny. I said gut, I meant throat.
Or he's like, I walked by a dry cleaner the other day. Why is it so slippery? What the fuck?
I don't know.
He's like, I walked by a dry cleaner the other day at 2 a.m. and it said, sorry, we're closed. You don't have to be sorry. You are a dry cleaner. I think it would be outrageous to expect you to be open at this hour. He's like, I'm gonna stop by the next day. Like, hey man, I was walking by the other day at 2 a.m. and saw you weren't open. What's the deal with that?
I'm gonna have to research this guy.
Well, no, he didn't say what's the deal with that. He goes, I demand an apology. Or someone around here, I forget. I'm not even doing his jokes because the way he delivers them is most of the funny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think his type of comedy is the hardest kind because it's just non sequiturs and just setup delivery. There's no story really. It's just he's just telling joke after joke after joke.
Yeah. I think to consistently come up with that many bits that are like funny, yeah, absolutely. I would say not easy.
Oh, come on, man. Just let me have some. Oh, he's also the one who's like, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to, too.
I had a similar joke where I would tell people that I was cancer-free. I'm like, I've always been cancer-free. I just figured, today I would continue to be cancer-free and be thankful for it.
We had a I got an ant farm, and those motherfuckers haven't grown shit.
We're just doing Mitch Hedberg bits now.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm running through
down
my
for
catalog
it.
in my head.
I'm always down for funny that I don't have to come up with. That's why I don't know if I've said this to you, but one of the like jokey but kind of serious jokey sort of things that I say is I like playing games with my friends on stream because then I don't have to try as hard.
It's true.
I'm gonna try a double backflip. No, you don't try for a second flip when you're going down.
You might not.
You're right. You know what? I'm a pussy. Do it. Big dick. Oi! I almost just ran right off the edge. Watched the one guy who built a giant terrarium and the ants did farm things. What would an ant farm? I think you're lying to me. What would an ant need to farm?
I'm just trying to think of more Mitch Hedberg. No. Oh, he had a really good joke of, I don't have a girlfriend, but I know a girl who'd be real mad if she heard me say that.
It's really similar. It harkens back to, like, that style of comedy, as far as I know, I think, was popularized by Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Where it was just rapid fire, like one after the other. My very favorite is, yeah, so my wife signed me up for a bridge club. Yeah, we're all jumping off next week.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Of course, Mitch Hedberg's far more, he's slower, but it's still that back to back. There's no story to try and, you know, make it funny or whatnot. Like, it's just set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline.
Mad respect. Also, I fell off. There he goes. What are you driving?
No idea. It's not very good.
Yeah, my car's I'm not crazy about either. I was thinking of buying one. Oh god! Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm glad I spent my $1 million on a Fudo I don't like anyway. Maybe I'll try one of the LS car meets things and see if it's like a crazy good drift car or something.
The thing is, the LS meets, it's not even that good. It's literally just going to a garage and you can spin around in a circle, and yeah, no, there's no point to the fucking car meet.
Oh my god.
I mean,
maybe fungus? That's kind of badass.
Maybe there's been advancements to it, but as far as I know. Whoa, god, how many laps? 3? Oh.
3. Just 3. Oh, it's not that bad. It's no 20-minute race like we did that one time.
Yeah, it's
except
just
we didn't
slippery.
really do it. Yeah, you're right. I think it may be, a lot of it may be your car.
Probably.
Because once I get on the, like, the not red parts of the road, then everything's okay. Dude, I had probably the worst fucking reflux I've ever had in my entire life today. It was unreal.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was sitting in class going, oh my god, I can barely focus on what he's saying because my chest hurts so bad. Get real.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Get real.
Fuck.
Miss Balloon Hands. Miss Balloon for Hands. No way. No way. You don't like lighthouses? Fuck you.
I guess I ought to go find that video and show it up on stream, so like... Or should I just leave it as an in-joke?
I think just leave it as an in-joke.
Okay.
If they don't know drinking out of cups, then they don't deserve to know it now.
See, I don't know how the fuck I get so misoriented in the air, but I do.
I'm going off great. Who put that chair there? Not me. Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I say. Yeah, right. Get real. Who bought that floor? Not my floor. No way. Not never.
I'm gonna leave you to ruminate on that and see if that was, figure out if that was intentional or...
I think it was... I think it's kind of, it's like that weirdly colored dress that was either gold or blue.
Yeah, yep.
Depends on the day.
You're absolutely correct. That's generally how I go. Fuck me for making you nearly fall out of your chair. Fuck Rodney Dangerfield, it's his bit. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Rodney Dangerfield. I just... His delivery is not my cup of tea.
No, yeah. Yeah,
Or
that's
not even the delivery. The delivery's good. The presentation is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't like the businessman Yankee. I like Mitch Hedberg because he's a fucking, like, Minnesotan, stoner.
Yeah. I think we can all see ourselves kind of in that. And I think that's probably what Rodney Dangerfield was at that time. Like, everybody could kind of see themselves in, like, how he presented himself. Rodney! That was a weird race.
It was.
But how much did we make? Because it should be double money. That's not a small amount. That's pretty nice.
Oh. Mitch Hedberg had a rice one. He goes, man, rice is a great food if you want to have 1,000 of something.
Yeah, see, that's so dumb, but I absolutely get it.
Oh, you let me vote first. Yeah. He's like, my belt holds up my pants, and my pants have belt loops that hold up the belt. What the fuck's really going on down there? Who's the real hero?
Yep. Yep.
I haven't slept for 10 days because that would be too long.
This is the kind of shit that goes through your mind, like, as you're falling asleep. You're like, oh,
dude,
shit, I gotta write that down.
I describe his jokes as stoner shower thoughts. Because some of it is, like, actually kind of like, whoa. And then others, it's like, okay, how high were you when you came up with that?
Yep.
While driving, green means go, yellow means slow down, and red means stop. But in the banana world, green means slow down, yellow means go, and red means where the fuck did you get that banana?
Maybe he's falling asleep on stage and the jokes just come out. That's a good point.
Wait, this is the same race.
No. Oh my god, really? There wasn't a check mark next to it, so it was like, oh, we haven't played this one before.
Yeah, it doesn't check mark the ones that you just did for whatever reason.
That's... What the fuck? That's... Dare I say the word retarded. What is that car called? I don't remember. I want one, though. It's a cool car.
I didn't realize apparently if you hold space while you're in the air, press D or A, you can do a flat spin. Did not know that.
Uh-oh! Whoa! I'm going to find a new session because I don't feel like seeing this race through.
Thank God. Yeah, just invite me to that one. I do not want to fucking do that.
I want Unknown Knowns back, man.
I do too.
I was also thinking about that. Is that a fucking... I would promise you that that is a Boondocks reference.
Known Unknowns?
Yeah. Because Samuel L. Jackson voices a character, and he has a whole thing about known unknowns and unknown knowns. No, sorry. Known unknowns and unknown unknowns. So that's what it's got into my head. I don't know. Let's see Rockstar Verified.
I was
This
named
one's
after my
called
dad.
BITCH.
I was named after my dad. Way after.
The episode they kidnap Oprah? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, this is a bike race? Oh, God. Pass. It was called BITCH, so I'm like, this has got to be good. And wait, did it say motorcycle? Am I stupid? Did it say bicycle or motorcycle?
People here are so mellow that it's actually making me angrier than normal.
Dinka RT3000. I gotta look at that.
Dogs
Okay, it says
are
motorcycles. I'm stupid.
Dogs are forever in the push-up position.
Yeah, that one doesn't hit as well for me.
I think it's funny.
Well, yeah, no, it's not. It's not a critique.
I hate picketing, but I don't know how to show it.
See, that's a good one. I like that.
I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not a photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry, and that's extra scary to me. There's a large, out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside. Run, he's fuzzy. Get out of here.
I think that's one of the things I like about Brian Regan.
I like Brian Regan.
I love me some goddamn Brian Regan. He's like a... It's just one... He does these long setups, and then it's just like 30 seconds of punchlines. Yep.
And his delivery is just really funny.
His delivery is amazing. Fan-fucking-tastic. Goddamn thing is 1.8 mil. Woof.
Yeah, after the stream, we'll just watch some, will you do that YouTube thing? We'll watch some Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm not doing his delivery justice at all. Like, some of his jokes I don't think would even be funny. Like, I guarantee you would find that, that dogs are forever in the push-up position funny if it was delivered by him. I just don't have the delivery.
Oi! Well, and ultimately, comedy, as far as I've researched it, is, and as somewhat of a funny man, what
It's
you
like
say,
99% delivery.
yeah, it's all about how you say it.
Yep, I've tried to explain that to my
I used to have like a golden
classmate.
ratio, but it's ultimately what I've found out is it doesn't really matter what you say.
No, you could say the dumbest fucking thing alive and...
Source, beans. I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
that motherfucker has the most pristine delivery I've ever heard.
Mitch
I don't know,
Hedberg
he can
actually
make me
makes me
laugh.
think a lot of beans.
That
Both
sounds
in,
right,
in
yeah.
look and delivery.
Yeah, I looked him up and it's like from the picture, yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't my guy just jump off his bike and die? That was weird. What was I
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say?
what the fuck? Clark did
You
that
did it too? That was weird. No, I think Mitch Hedberg is one of my favorite comedians of all time, if not the favorite.
Ooh, favorite comedian of all time. See, that one for me is tough. I got a lot of favorites for different reasons. Like, okay, a good example. George Carlin and Gabriel Iglesias are like the complete comedic antitheses of one another, and I love them both.
Yeah. Well, to me, George Carlin is less comedian, more social takes. Or,
I mean, yeah,
takes.
it's primarily social commentary, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
thank you. That's a social commentary.
No, you're good. You're good. I would still, in my brain, consider him a comedian that just did social commentary comedy.
Yeah, but to me, that just doesn't. It doesn't. You know, if I want social commentary, I'll watch the news. Not to say I don't like George Carlin. I do like George Carlin. But like, generally, if I'm watching a comedian, I just want straight comedy.
Yeah, and I think that's
like-
fair.
And I like Brian Regan. I would like Fuck. There's a couple newer comedians that I like. I'm trying to remember their names. I always see them online. What the fuck are their names? I'll have to look it up. One of the specials that Jim Gaffigan did was really funny back in like 2006.
I don't follow him much.
I don't find anything else he does really funny.
What do you think of Bill Burr?
Oh, I love Bill Burr.
Yeah, likewise. I'm trying to think of female comedians.
Kathleen Madigan. She's funny.
I like Chelsea Peretti.
She is funny. I'm not a huge fan of her, but she is funny.
I think she has really good, like, deadpan delivery.
Yeah, she does.
I think when people say women aren't funny, I think what they really mean is, like, I can't relate to this, so I don't find it funny.
Which is what they don't realize is saying, oh, I'm unintelligent. Because...
Pretty much, yeah.
The less intelligent you are, the less you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes.
Yeah.
And so in my case, I'm just autistic, so...
My flavor autism is being able to do that to an incredible degree.
Well, dude, it's weird. I can both do it really well and not at all. Like, there's certain things where I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? That's so dumb. And then other times where, like, I am sometimes empathetic to a painful amount. Like, it actually, like, can be crippling.
I know how that goes.
It's such a weird duality.
It is a very interesting phenomenon. Thanks for the boost, bitch. Whoa!
You're welcome.
Well, I definitely missed that checkpoint. I need this bike. I need this bike to go into rotation in one of the shops. How'd you do that?
I hit the little rail there.
Ah.
Trying to be cheeky and go fast.
Well, don't worry. There are many other places for me to fuck this up. Yikes! Yeah, the first place I ever saw Chelsea Peretti was on World's Dumbest, and I don't know, I just...
Yep. That's the thing that I first thought of when you said Chelsea Peretti. That show was so funny.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Chelsea Peretti... Yeah, I'm a fan. Surely there are other female comedians that I like.
There's Liza Schlesinger, but she's not really that funny.
Amy Poehler's stand-up isn't that bad. I don't actually know much about her stand-up.
I don't think I've seen it, but I do like Amy Poehler. I like her in Parks and Rec. And if I'm not mistaken, she also helped write The Mighty Bee.
Yeah, she was. She did the voice too.
Yeah. Like, obviously it's not based on her life or anything, but like, I'm pretty sure like...
God, I haven't thought about that show in a very long time.
I could be mistaken, but I thought she like helped write the show because certain things were like things that did happen in her life. I could be wrong though. She might have just been the voice actor.
Well, I mean, committing yourself to your art is, that's what everybody does.
True. My art is
also this race feels like a life or death thing with the current like weather climate. I'm wearing the death mask and you're trying to escape me.
Well, joke's on you, I just killed myself.
Damn. He took my job.
He took my wife.
Laugh at almost any comedian you watch, even if they're not actually funny. I think there's like a politeness laugh.
Yeah, there is. There is definitely.
That may not be what that is, but I
don't know. If I don't find something funny, I do not find it funny. Like, I will not give a... It's not like I'm intentionally like, yeah, I'm not gonna laugh. It's just like...
Yeah, it's just, you can't really force it out.
I both laugh at everything and nothing at all.
Yeah. I see what you're trying to do. It ain't working. I'm magnetized to your buns, my boy. Bad place for it, though.
Oh. Into the ocean.
But I love like comedy movies. I love comedy shows, you know. So
I love a good rom-com.
see, it's weird, but yeah, I like. They're no fun to watch alone, in my opinion. But
Right.
yeah, I like rom-coms too.
Sleepless in Seattle, solid. You've Got Mail. That's the one that I was actually thinking of when I said Sleepless in Seattle. You've Got Mail is awesome. I love that. I just love Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I think that is a correct opinion.
Oh,
Woo, that was
missed the
close.
yeah, I missed the shit.
I saw you nibbling on my cheeks. I'm like, oh, oh.
Yeah, you were. A severed foot is the perfect stocking stuffer.
Well, that was 8 minutes of my life for $16,000.
Oh, this is one of my favorite Mitch Hedberg ones. Oh, I did not mean to vote for that. Says you can have this. He's talking about in infomercials. He goes, you can have this product for 4 easy payments of $19.95. I'd like to have a product that was available for 3 easy payments and 1 fucking complicated payment. We ain't gonna tell you which payment it is, but one of these payments is gonna be a bitch. The mailman will get shot to death. The envelope will not seal, and the stamp will be in the wrong denomination. Good luck, fucker.
See,
Next
that
last payment must be made in wampum.
Wampum. Yep, I like that. That's a good one. I'm gonna bring my custom futo.
Oh
Against my
shit!
better judgment.
Oh, I can't go back. Damn it.
But it's the GTX,
Oh.
which means I'm probably about to get creamed. Nice Mustang.
Before he goes, if carrots got you drunk, rabbits would be fucked up.
Well, I guess I lose.
Oh, almost just got my shit fucked.
I saw that. Oh God!
What happened?
I hit my nitrous and then just ended up like sideways.
Oh, naturally.
And now I can't shift for dick. What do you mean too early? I will get a win with this car, goddammit.
Oh, another good one that I just remembered. Because a guy came up to me at the casino and said I was blocking the fire exit, as if there were, in the event of a fire, I would not get up and leave as well. It's like if you are awake and have legs, you are never blocking a fire exit.
Oh God, with the mask, that is nightmare fuel. Yeah, that was fine. That was fun.
That's funny. I was about to press on kicking sand as well.
We're on the same wavelength. I feel like he's in that truck that I saw.
My fake plants died because I did not pretend to water them.
I changed it. Excuse me. I changed it to sports cars. Let's see what happens. Oh my God, the reflex is still there. It's bad. Wait, do I not get to use any of my custom vehicles? Whatever. I guess I'll use the Dinka Sugoi. Mostly because that's the one that you use in the Cluckenbell raid, and I have the most experience driving it.
This suit is dry clean only, which means it is dirty. I really like Mitch Hedberg, if you can't tell. His style of comedy is just it tickles me.
Hey, I respect it.
Oh, ran into that person.
It's funny because we go zooting by her and she goes, "Slow down!" Like it ain't a fucking race.
Yeah, like she didn't just cut off for a fucking race.
I respect you for not trying to pit me.
But never. Not on purpose, at least.
Now you're thinking the Ash way. Okay. Now is a great time for my audio to cut out because now I don't have the cues. Quick, Hunter, say something derogatory about me.
Ash is a
Yeah, literally.
he's a
did not
stinky
hear a
pooper
word.
butt. Oh, but the stream did. The stream heard a word. Stream heard a lot of words. A lot of derogatory, mean words.
I can't wait to go back and hear what you actually said. The only reason I'm doing drag races is because that's the weekly challenge, and I think you get like 100 grand for doing the weekly challenges, and I am broke.
I'm not, but I don't mind more money.
Bluffy. Do we even kick up that much sand, really? I mean, I don't know. Yes.
I ran out of candle holders, so I bought a cake.
I want to use the truck. Where was the truck?
There was one
Yes.
too where he was like, oh, the truck. The truck. He's
Drink
like,
it,
he's like, I drive a lot, so or travel a lot, so I get rental cars. And sometimes I forget, I'll be going down the road and forget to take the parking brake off. He's like, which honestly could also just be called the smell funny lever. He's like, and it doesn't really say a lot for me, but it says even less about the emergency brake. There's more to it. I definitely butchered it, but yeah. I'll stop thinking Mitch Hedberg jokes now, so they're fresh when you hear them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be conscious of how thoroughly destroyed I am getting.
Yeah, you are.
I maybe shouldn't have picked the truck.
Its stats were pretty shite.
Oh, I don't look at stats. I'm trying to think the last comedy special I actually watched, and I don't think I can. I think it was Brian Regan's last special, which came out in like 2020, 2021 maybe. No, it came out after. It came out maybe 2022.
Remember Jeff Dunham?
Yes,
Like
I do. Yep. And the fact that he's probably not doing his comedy anymore because racial implications.
Yeah, probably.
Had to retire some of the more iconic characters, like Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. Yeah, that would go over real well. That sounds like a fucking South Park bit now.
Mark Normand and Sam Morrill. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I like those guys. They're both they're pretty dark humor.
I go in for some dark humor.
I don't mind Pete Holmes either. I'm not a fan of him, but I don't mind him.
Pete Holmes.
Or like Pete Hole.
Ha! Got him. I like, you know what? It's not even a stand-up comic, but some of the hardest that I laugh, and I don't know what this says about me. Beavis and Butthead. I love me some Beavis and Butthead.
You know what comedian I don't like that everyone else seems to like?
Who's that?
Jimmy Carr. I not like Jimmy Carr.
Is he the one with the funky
Or honestly,
face?
Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's kind of got a funky... I mean, he's British, so I mean... Do that what you will.
I don't actually know much about Ricky Gervais insofar as being a comedian.
I feel like he has the same bit over and over.
Probably. Wow, I don't know. I guess I'll pick this one.
You know... I kind of like them less just because they are such Republicans.
I thought you were going to say British. I thought we were still talking about Ricky Gervais.
And Shane Gillis, I do find funny, but it's hard to watch them now in the current state of the nation because it's just like, oh, they're part of the problem.
Yeah, that's fair. Too early? What do you mean too early?
Yeah, I fucked up my first 3 shifts. I think your car's just got a higher flat out than mine too.
Probably. Going from 6th to 7th fucked me. But otherwise... Well... I guess that's not the only thing that's fucking me. I think that, again, just kind of comes into the idea of, like, you gotta identify with whatever comedian you're watching.
Yeah. I got a little fucked up.
I'm like, wait, I thought there weren't supposed to be any harsh turns in a drag race, and then I realized you just got fucked.
Yep. Rectamundo.
I don't like the fact that not all of the, like, race types are accessible through the menu. I think that's ridiculous.
Isn't it a pister?
It is a pister. Okay, I'm gonna back out. See if I got the money. Oh, I should have voted for free mode. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I stupid?
Wait, were you thinking all these races were 2 times? Because it'll say 2 times money in RP.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
good.
There's like a weekly challenge that I think you're supposed to get like decent money for if you participate in 3. Oh, drift races, not drag races. Oh, I misread that. Oh well. Well, I have $60,000 to my name now, and no more. Let me invite you back to this session. I'm thinking I don't remember how many missions are in this mission string, but I'm thinking we wrap up the shit that we're doing for the IAA, and then I can wrap up the stream.
Sure. Oh, not mean to invite you to game. I meant to go to game invites.
I have 3 trucks now. I have the Camacho, I have the Bodie, and I have the King Ranch.
Free trucks.
And this one evidently just doesn't have a... I'm trying to blow the horn. There is no horn.
One night I did a show at the Improv, and I bombed. Oh wait, no. Actually, this person left out because now I'm just looking at fucking Mitch Hedberg jokes. This person left out a lot of that joke. He's talking about, he's like at a lot of improv theaters. They have a sign that says improv, but up behind the stage. Because one night I did really bad and just bombed, and so the next night when I performed there, they added an E to the improv sign.
That's a good one. I like that one. I was reading through this
he's
book.
got some that just absolutely will tickle the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to offer. Savannah gave me a book about like great acting teachers, and I'm reading, and I don't remember the person's name, but I'm reading about this particular theater teacher, and I'm like, wait, this is just all what I learned at improv.
Yep.
Like, they're going through the games, and it's like exactly what Tommy taught us. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
Tommy, I told you he died, right?
Yeah, kind of sad to hear about that.
Bummer. Yeah, big bummer.
Yeah. But I mean, what a legacy to leave behind, you know?
Yeah, and I think he lived longer than he was supposed to, so.
You know who else? You know who I'm really fucking impressed, like, with outliving expectations? Ringo.
The dog or the human?
No, the man, not the dog.
Okay. Yeah, him and fucking Keith Richards. Everyone from the Rolling Stones, actually.
It's all the alcohol. That's what they have in common.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot Ringo was a big alcoholic.
Some things you choose to forget about your heroes. You know, the lead guy for... this may be hearsay. I don't remember where I read this, so it may not be a credible source. But supposedly in high school, I think it was, the lead guy for... Oh, excellent. My shit has cut out again. So I will not be able to hear your response to this. But the lead guy for Real Big Fish, one of my favorite bands, did heroin for a little while.
Oh.
Again, I don't remember where I read that, so I don't know if that's, like, bullshit or what.
I mean, they were a band in the 90s. They're gonna do heroin.
Yeah, that's fair. He did get pretty pissy about the fact that, and I would have too, to be fair. The label they were with is like, all right, kids don't really like these horn things, so just ditch them. Be like a rock band instead.
Yeah, that's so... I hate that.
Yeah. Are we supposed to get out, or...?
These are the same FIB drones we ran into before. Let's use the back door you hacked to take a look around. Okay, pretty much as we expected. Now where's Mason Duggan? Bingo.
Mason Duggan.
Mason Duggan. Yeah, I don't recognize the other guy, but he's definitely FIB. You can tell from the 5-foot pole up his ass. The Clifford Drive must be in that case. That is our primary objective. Is that clear?
Can I exit the fucking... Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, am I supposed to do something else?
Oh, you've been made. Get to the roof and get that case. Move, move, move before the evac.
Spoiler alert, they're gonna evac either way.
Whoa. We just killed them at the exact same time. That was kind of wild.
Snag this keeker. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. You're just a fucking security guard.
I gotta reload. Cocksucker.
I'm a fucking Marine. Uh-huh.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you're a dead Marine.
I was gonna say, come any closer and I'll change am to was. All aboard! You are ugly.
Yeah.
You want to play with me?
That's as far as it goes. You'll need to find another way to get to the top. Let me tell you something, Agent. This would never have happened on the agency's watch. Avon Hertz has been dead for nearly
I really love using the MG. You just hold down the fire button.
assets seized. But oh no, not on the FIB's watch. Yeah, they've been collecting leftover Clifford tech for years under the guise of national security. And all the time selling it to the highest bidder. Basically,
Spray and pray, baby.
bring civilization to its knees.
Clark is the ultimate in, well, maybe not the ultimate, but pretty up there in...
I feel like this shouldn't be open.
If we had more team lives, I would absolutely take a dive.
Jesus!
All right, interrupt that deal at all costs. Go, go, go!
That was a man I just killed? I thought it was a little bitch.
Effectively the same thing.
Tugget is on the move. He has the case. Don't lose him.
Oh. I don't know how that happened. I guess it just got bipped.
Don't worry, I got you covered. Was that not enough damage? It was a fucking rocket.
He's outbound. Repeat, Duggan is outbound. Get after him. We cannot lose that case.
I guess those guys are down below. Tally ho! Whee! I don't know who I'm shooting at. Okay. I would love for audio to function, but as it stands, it's not.
Keep him busy, cocksucker.
Why does this vehicle not have a horn? That's very odd. I feel like it should.
Finish this. You have a field warrant for the death of Mason Duggan. Effective immediately. Bring me that case.
How do I get up there? This isn't where it was when I did it. Maybe it was. Is?
Cocksucker.
Cocksucker!
You're gonna die! Stop shooting! Dick!
I always love when people's insult of choice, not really insult of choice, when their insult capability rarely ascends beyond basic anatomy.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh.
You dickbag. You asshole.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place, but like, if you can't think of anything better than that, like, come on. You don't hate me enough. just like, what's his name from the movie? Robert Rambo.
It's funny, I was to say Rocky?
Watch me destroy this guy.
You got shit for brains. Semper Fi, motherfucker!
Super fry my balls.
Please tell me you have the case, because this is what it feels like to have the free world sitting right in your hands. Bring it to the rendezvous.
And don't die. Come on, Clark. A couple bullets never stopped you before.
The FIB are kicking up one hell of a stink over here. I've arranged a drop-off for the case in a more discreet location.
Work those legs. Imagine doing all this in dress shoes. Ugh.
Used to be Clark shoes, but and they want to get political.
For the compensation of whoever returns the Clifford hardware to government hands. I'm hoping to pay out of it today.
I like to imagine that you just strategically died so you could research more Mitch Hedberg bits.
I did not, in fact, but no, I'm just enjoying spectating.
Let me tell you, wrapping this thing up
Having a grat Tim.
is like a cool classic.
Oh my god, a grot Tim.
I had a grat Tim when I was chicken crib. I had lots of makeup on my face.
It's like I told one of your predecessors.
To be a kid and be stupid again.
Good guys
Too bad I'm an adult and stupid.
wear with pride.
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah, you really like bank on the fact that you're gonna get smarter as you age, and then if you don't, like, what do? No, seriously, I need answers here.
Really just suffer.
Ah. Oh no. Like you can get
Yeah, you're screwed,
you can
pal.
get smarter, but the amount of intelligence that you're born with, unless you have
That shit
like an
don't
increased
change.
capacity to gain new intelligence, I guess, which I don't. You're just kind of stuck with it, and that's game over. I shouldn't say that. Someday people might actually believe me.
This guy knows psychology. Let's listen to him.
He has a degree. He went to college. Whoa, Optimus Prime, what's up, dude? Whee!
Alright. Good work today.
Oh shit, dude. Sorry about your car. Oh shit, man, sorry.
Your country.
Sorry, man. Damn. Sorry.
Oh man. Oh shit. Damn.
I should have blown it up.
Man.
Shit, bro. Hey, oh damn, my bad. Oh fuck, man. Sorry.
Shit. Fuck.
Ugh. Mamma mia. Papa Pia.
Baby got the.
Alright, this is getting irritating enough to the point where I'm thinking of just going ahead and ending the stream and restarting my PC so this fucking stops. I think I probably will.
Alright.
So, give me a little bit. I'll be right back.
Of course I can tell you
Heard.
about it.
Let me go ahead and close the game. Just because it's going to happen one way or the other. But remind me next time we play GTA, we got to finish that mission string because it has a fucking crazy ending.
Alright.
Alright. Back in a bit. Okay, chat. Friends. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, Killing Antidote probably would be my guess. Or Doom, if I get that little thing done for Gray. So it'll be a good time. Either way, whatever happens, it'll be a good time. So you don't want to miss it. Thanks for being here. Philosophy stream. It was more of a turbine stream, but I learned a lot. Hopefully you learned something too. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Have a cozy night. Good night!
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.